Colby's got it. He's running the show.
Yeah. What is going on, you sick, degenerate, sick, filthy, sicko animals? What's going on? Welcome to the Old College Try. That's Nate Hornung, and that over there is Kate Costable. I'm your host for this week, I guess. Colby Marcio, what is up? You get me for 2 hours! Whew. Whew. Welcome to the Old College Try, presented by Betting News and powered by the one and only Bet Online. Big, fat week ahead of us, folks. Maybe the best week of our lives if you are a college football sick degenerate that needs to go take a shower. Me. Talking about me. But before we get in there, let's recap week 4 because some of us don't have jobs. Mike Gundy. Somehow Billy Napier still has his job. And my favorite hopeful to lose his job, dab on him, Sweener. Hopefully that man doesn't have a job in the coming weeks. But somebody please tell me where we should go first with the coach firings and the possible coach firings. We'll just go with Gundy. It's the one that actually happened. 21 years. Did not know that. That's
a long time.
I was like, I should probably look that up so I'm not like, chat, let me know. 21 years since 2005 he's been at Oak State. Good God, I didn't know a man that was 40 could be there that long.
Yeah, I was shocked at how young he is. He's like 58.
Mm-hmm. Been there a long, long time, Mike Gundy.
Wow.
I mean, what that was that clip? It was a year ago. It was at the anniversary yesterday, I think, of him saying, "I'm a man, I'm 40," which I believe was 08. So he was 37 when he got hired. 38
as a head coach. I mean, I know there are some young head coaches out there, but that's really young.
Yeah, I'm always impressed with those guys, and they usually do pan out well.
They always make me feel terrible about myself.
Oh no, Kate! You know what you do? You call them an overachiever. Like Juan Soto is younger than me.
I would like
World
to be an
Series.
overachiever, and yet I'm not.
We'll give you. Do you need me to send flowers because you deserve them?
Yes. Please.
Go ahead, Nate. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it on Up Your Units a little bit, just discussing the odds of the next coach to be fired. And Gundy was actually second on the odds board and got canned literally less than 24 hours later. Personally, I mean, I get it. It was probably time for him to go. Oklahoma State obviously off to a bad start, not a good last season either. But I think the biggest thing is Billy Napier's still employed. That is just surprising to me, not to turn the heat back on the Florida Gators.
No, it's correct.
He needs to turn up the heat. I mean, if I was, a citizen of the city of Gainesville, I'd be, knocking down the doors, get this guy out of town, but still employed. As of right now, we'll see if that changes throughout the season or not, but very surprised Billy Napier's got a job.
I feel like it's like time for Billy Napier to go just because, I mean, isn't he always at a place for like 4 or 5 years and then is gone?
You're right.
Like every 4 or 5 years he's moving around. How long has he been at Florida? Is this year 4?
4 or 5?
So it's time.
Since 2022.
Yeah, it's time.
So yeah.
Okay, so 3 years, yeah. Yeah, and Florida's talk about over and underachieving. I think Florida's underachieved this year based on expectations going into the year. Like everyone had DJ Lagway as a Heisman hopeful and doesn't look anything like it so far. Yeah, Colby.
It's this guy. Shout out to CFB Warriors.
But whatever. Yeah. Thanks for shouting out my group chat. We always appreciate and love you. And we love Kate as well. They always ask, well, what are they thinking? And then Nate will be like, I'll be in the chat. I think it's so funny. It's not funny. It's funny, not funny for Mike Gundy. We don't make fun of losing jobs here. It's funny that him being fired isn't even the news. It's how the hell is Billy Napier still
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That just shows you how much heat is on Billy Napier. That someone else gets canned, and
that's where everyone the
fucking
conversation
point
goes.
is this guy. Exactly.
I mean, I know it's been a while since Oklahoma State has been relevant, but they're not a program that's going to always be that consistent. So, I mean, they have been bad over the last few years, but Florida's been horrible since Urban left.
Mm-hmm.
They've had maybe a couple sparks here and there. Florida's a program. We're talking college football, so it's program. They're a program that should always be relevant, in my opinion, at least. I mean, we grew up with them always being relevant. Maybe that's why I think that. But they've had a lot of legends play there, and they're in the SEC, and they've been a top dog before. Why can't they always be a top dog? I mean, there's like Arkansas that used to be a top dog as well. You could make an argument that they're like them. I think Florida's a bigger program, than Arkansas, since I've mentioned them.
Yeah, and Florida most likely in the whole NIL era that we're in has more money, more boosters, like a lot more
100%.
than what Oklahoma State has. So Florida should be able to get the better players, the whatever all that's going to buy you, where they're relevant every year. But you look at last year, I mean, lost what? They had 6 games against ranked opponents, lost 4 of those.
Mm-hmm.
They got hot at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about go ahead, sorry.
No, that's all. I mean,
I was going to say, we talk about blue bloods in college basketball, and it's kind of the same sentiment thinking about Florida with just a powerhouse of college football. You think of the top programs, obviously you go to Alabama and Georgia, but Florida's kind of up there too with these SEC programs. Maybe not recently, but yeah. So, but actually turning the attention back to Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State was actually in the Big 12 championship in 2023. They had a 10-win season that year, lost to Texas, got blown out by, 28 points in that Big 12 championship. But then, a 3-win season last year, off to a 1-2 start. Probably time for Gundy to go.
And they would have won it too when they didn't have the championship, right? It was like against Oklahoma. It was like whoever won that would have won the Big 12, I think.
It was against Texas. It was against number 7 Texas. Quinn Ewers led Texas team. And yeah, I mean, they didn't really put up a fight, but they had Ollie Gordon was on that team. Alan Bowman was the quarterback. Doesn't really move the needle, but yeah, they were in the conference championship 2 years ago. And now their coach is gone.
9 straight losses to end last season. That's tough. Like had he started this season even, what are they?
1 and 3, 1 and 2, whatever they are.
If he had started, whatever the math of that is, one more game this year, I think he'd still have his job.
Well, you beat UT Martin. You got blown out by Oregon on the road. I'll overlook that one. But then last week. Yeah. Then last week you lose to Tulsa as, I believe, double-digit favorites at home.
16.5-point favorites, something like that. 12. You can't beat them.
Can't happen. Exactly.
Yeah.
I had Oklahoma State to win the Big 12 last year, actually. Possibly my worst bet of all time. That one never.
It's okay, Nate. I had Brandon Pfaadt to win Cy Young last year. It's all right.
It's okay. You had DJ Lagway to win the Heisman this year, so.
Yeah.
He left. Oh no. That's the last jab. That's the last jab until we start talking about this week's games. Then I might come after you.
I tried to move myself over. I couldn't. And now it's locked. Hold on.
I got you.
There we go. There we go.
Over there.
All right. Let's talk about my best friend. Dabo Sweeney.
Mm-hmm.
Dab on them folks. Clemson in dog water right now because they are the dog water. Mm-hmm. They are. You could honestly, Nate, I'll let you do this. You can make all the jokes about DJ Lagway, me being on DJ Lagway, but you have to return the favor to all those Clemson bettors, which I mentioned yesterday that I feel bad for them. I'm not going to rub it in your face. I'm not going to go out of my way to point a finger at those people because Dabo always finds a way to make himself relevant towards the end of the season, but now they're in such crap. That's not happening. And we talked about it yesterday. That's not happening. Clemson is, you could say the season's really over with. Another bad showing.
Yeah, their season's over.
Their season's over.
I don't see a I don't see them sneaking their way back in the ACC championship, even if they would win out. And I definitely don't see that happening the way they're playing. But
losing to Q's, that's the biggest blemish of them all. No offense to Q's, but your coach is awesome.
Oh, it could get worse. They got to go to Boston College. They host Duke. There could be some more bad losses on that Clemson Tigers schedule. But I mean, a lot of hype surrounding, DJ Lagway for Florida, but also just Cade Klubnik and this entire Clemson Tigers team. And I wanted to see it. I wasn't necessarily doubting it as hard as I was doubting the DJ Lagway stuff. But Clemson has not shown up this year. 1-3 start. Bad loss to Syracuse. Didn't really show up against Troy either. Clemson Tigers might have to just mail it in the rest of the year.
And I mean, talk about Cade Klubnik Heisman backers. He was one of the favorites, like second favorite to win Heisman. Before the season started, and he's nowhere near that right now, and shouldn't be by any means.
Absolutely not.
Like draft stock absolutely plummeting. Not good for old Klubnik.
We talked about it yesterday too, just how he's looks like a shell of last year. Like you thought he would have taken a massive leap, which is why everyone was on his Heisman Trophy. Yeah. Also, thank you, Crutch, for just backing me on saying that Dabo can only win when he's got Michael Jordan and long-haired Jesus at quarterback. Proof's in the pudding. Those are quotes by Dabo himself too. He called Deshaun Watson Michael Jordan before he was drafted.
Yikes! Yikes!
The best.
That didn't age well.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. What else? What else we got? Any other takeaways from week 4?
Shout out to Arkansas Razorbacks for sucking. Just giving away that win to Memphis, helping me out on my under win total for the year.
That was bogus.
Melted away, fumbled right at the goal line when they could have scored. Sorry, Colby. I know you were on Arkansas, but I needed that win for Memphis.
Still had a profitable week. It don't matter.
That game was kind of brutal down the stretch for Arkansas.
At the 2-yard line or whatever it was, the 5-yard line they fumbled.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
it was
dumb.
It was whatever in goal and couldn't hang on the ball.
Dumb.
Miami is legit. Like if there are any questions on it, Miami was legit. Miami's
100%. 100%.
Miami might be the best team in college football right now.
Yeah, keep saying it, Kate. Yeah. Keep saying it, Kate. What did we talk about yesterday, Shags? What did we talk about yesterday?
Miami's winning it all?
No. Shags, mention their schedule. Talk about their schedule.
Their schedule.
We gotta bring Kate in. We gotta save her before she's in too deep.
It's a cupcake schedule.
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, Florida State's gonna be a big game.
Yes.
What's with all these Florida teams just playing? It's like the Florida
the year of Florida.
The Florida
Apparently.
Yeah. Florida State next week. That'll be a very good game. So they have a bye this week. And then then it's a cupcake. They're gonna go undefeated.
I mean, we talked about this, Colby, that Miami does not have to leave the state of Florida until November. Their one road game in the first, 7 of the season at Florida State in Tallahassee. Yeah. First time they leave the state, they go to SMU in November. So, after Florida State, Louisville, Stanford, SMU, Syracuse, NC State, Virginia Tech, Pitt. Yeah. Who's beating?
If they don't beat themselves, they'll win out.
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely. The question is going to be, who do they face in the ACC championship? Seems like Florida State could be the obvious answer. I still have hope in Georgia Tech. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Georgia Tech. I like Georgia Tech a lot. Colby, what are you smelling over there?
Ooh, she's picking up what I'm putting down.
I know. You were waiting for it.
Oh. Nate and I talked about it yesterday. You know what it smells like? A basic ass Notre Dame schedule. That's what it smells like. It smells like welcome to the fraud show once they come to the playoffs. That's what it feels like. And I don't want that. It smells like it. It smells like cupcake coast to the big old college football playoffs. Everyone's all high on you because you haven't played anyone. You haven't been challenged. You're like, oh my God, this team's legit. And then they play an actual team and then they get embarrassed.
I mean, if they win out as of right now, they would have just 3 ranked wins on their schedule against obviously number 6 Notre Dame to start against the number 18 South Florida Bulls, who we know are not a top 25 team. Yeah. And then next week they got to take on Florida State. I got faith in Notre Dame. I don't think they're as bad as
they look horrible.
As bad as they look. They look bad.
They look
I'm nervous on. I still think they win plenty of games. I still think they make the playoff because that's just what happens with Notre Dame. But I'm not overly impressed by them this season.
They're in the same situation as last year, though. Like losing early to Northern Illinois, they knew you had to win out to have a chance at making the playoffs. That's the same situation they're in right now. They pretty much have to win out in order to be talked about. And I think Marcus Freeman is a good motivator. I think
love Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, he's
awesome for Notre Dame. Awesome guy. But back to Miami, who was really the biggest threat on their schedule? The entirety of the thing. Who was it? Was it probably Notre Dame? Is it Florida State? Are those the only two?
Florida State, yeah. At Florida State would be the biggest schedule.
It really does feel like a Notre Dame schedule the more that we talk about it, because it's a coast fest.
Because Florida doesn't look very good anymore.
Nope.
South Florida, like that game was like, ranked against, like South Florida played Florida, who sucks. So like
exactly.
None of those wins.
Yeah, that's just because it's just showing you how horrible and why Billy Napier should lose his job.
Yes, so it is a cupcake schedule. You're right. I mean, Florida's still taking care of business the way they should against a cupcake schedule.
Yeah,
that's what, and they're very good in the trenches, and I think that's what will be most impactful come playoff time.
I'm just nervous because I'm falling for them, and I don't want to be sipping the juice too heavy early when you're really. It's not like you played Georgia. It's not like you played Alabama. It's not like you played Texas, insert Ohio State, Oregon, whatever. Like a team that we all have some respect for. But you were already teeing it up. We already talked about Notre Dame. Let's just get into this week. Let's get into number 22 Notre Dame taking on Arkansas. I see Nate, of course, loves the Irish. He always loves the Irish. The guy should be Irish, but he's not.
I got a little Irish in me.
Or is he just fading Arkansas because he's got the under?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both, to be honest. I can't help but double down on my futures every chance I get. I just find the spot. I like it. It burned me last week with Illinois, taking them plus the points. But I still got faith in them getting over their win total. But no, it's Notre Dame or bust for me. The -3.5 doesn't scare me off. I see it moving up maybe to 4.5 at some places. But this is what I expected with this Arkansas team. 2 easy cupcake wins, and then you get into the bulk of their schedule, and I think they'll fall apart. So obviously they have the benefit of playing at home. They're in Fayetteville. That place should be rocking, but it's, Notre Dame's got everything to lose. They've got to bring it. They've got to win out the rest of the season. So I don't think Marcus Freeman holds back. Not been impressed with this Arkansas team. So I see Notre Dame winning by a touchdown in Fayetteville this weekend. That's all I got.
Kind of would back the Arkansas Razorbacks again if I wanted to.
I know you would.
I think Notre Dame's just going to keep getting better and better as the season goes on. I don't have a play in that game, but if I had to, I'd be on the Irish with you, Nate.
I think Arkansas is better than we're making them out to be, though. The mistake again, the fumble mistake in a game or a spot they should have won, I think that was just a fluke, and maybe this week they'll improve. I don't know. I like Green. I think he's a good quarterback. I think what they have is better than I think what we all expected them to be, but I don't want to go back-to-back weeks just backing them because of a fluke. And I do think I'm with you guys on Notre Dame progressing, so that I don't have a take. I'm not gonna bet it though. Let's see here. Let's just go right to the Ben Wittenstein, Kate Constable, Michael Montgomery Bowl, which is Indiana at Iowa.
Oh yeah,
Kate, take it away. Where are we going?
This is easy. It's easy. You take Iowa.
Facts.
Indiana's coming off of a massive win. Everyone's told them over the last couple of days how great they are. They were great in that game. They demolished Illinois, but now you're going on the road to Iowa, a place that is very tough to play in the Big Ten. I will tell you that right there. This Iowa defense, I don't think you're putting up 60 some on Illinois. And they're okay, Colby. This Iowa defense is good. It's good. Yeah, I know not Rutgers. What Rutgers put like 30 some on them last week.
Yeah.
But the good thing is Iowa's offense was able to score.
Quarterback is dragging that team to wins.
If they can do that again.
Yeah. I'm with you.
This is more of a spot play of like the letdown spot coming off of 100%. That massive win, going into a very tough place to play. If you were going to Michigan State here or something like that, I would take Indiana any day. But Iowa is a tough place to play. And Indiana's been told all week how great they are. You're getting well over a touchdown. I got to take the Hawks.
100%. I locked in 8 on Sunday. I was getting 8.5, and when I hit the button, it turned to 8. So I have 8 right now, and I'm with you on the spot. If it was a real spot for Indiana to continue to roll, I think, or assume that Indiana would roll, the number would be 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So despite how I'm weary on Iowa's defense because they looked mediocre against Rutgers, I still think the offense, shockingly, can hold within this 8 right here because the quarterback can run the ball very well, and he's basically a human bulldozer. So if you want to get fancy and you want to take Iowa altered to a double-digit spread and the quarterback to score a touchdown, I think that's the perfect SGP Brad Evans parlay you could possibly put yourself into.
You also have to count, like, Iowa special teams will probably score somehow.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's going to give you a score, whether it's something like a defensive play, pick six, or someone running the ball back on a kickoff return, punt return, something like that. I mean, what more good things can I say about Iowa?
I lean with both of you here. I think it's the dog or nothing here.
Phenomenal. Game day food is great. Have you ever had Marco's grilled cheese?
I've been to Iowa City, but I've never been to an Iowa game or like to the campus.
So you've been to Iowa City, but you've never been to the campus.
I don't think so.
The campus is.
I was gonna say what else? What else is there?
My brother had like a baseball tournament out there. I don't remember where it was.
Okay.
This was like 10.
That's that.
2010. What a year.
2010, folks.
All right, fair.
I think it's the dog or nothing in this game. Getting more than a field goal, more than a touchdown. With the dog at home, I think it's definitely the way to go. I lean under, but am a little weary after Iowa's defensive debacle last Friday night. So I will probably just hold off of this game completely. But it's Iowa or nothing.
Let's go. Panel moment. Let's see how it pans out. Layup. We're going right to Illinois. Illinois, USC. We already mentioned Illinois getting murdered. Nate's got thoughts. I have none in this game.
I have none either.
Didn't even know this matchup was legit, happening because everything else is too delectable for me personally.
Dude, USC is legit this year. I got a lot of faith in Jade Maeva and Lincoln Riley and what they're building there, but you look at their schedule and who have they played? Missouri State, Georgia Southern, Purdue, Michigan State. No one really moves the needle for me. This is going to be their first true test going on the road to Illinois. It seems like too many points.
It's a travel spot. Holy crap.
And I mean, it seems like too many points. You're getting an Illinois team coming off just an embarrassing loss with everything to prove. So my mind is telling me the dog catching a touchdown at home.
Sing it.
No, thank you.
My mind is telling me no.
But I got burned on Illinois last week. They still got a bad taste in my mouth. I need a win for their win total. So I don't know if I'll take it, but I certainly lean initially with Illinois catching that many points at home coming off that very embarrassing loss. We'll see if USC's the truth, though.
USC just gave up, 31 points to Michigan State last week?
Yeah.
I'll worry about their defense a little bit.
Fair.
That's the only concern.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like the Illinois getting the points.
The reason why I never care about Illinois schools for football is because I can't bet on them.
Yeah.
So, I don't even watch.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Illinois looks really good. I won't find out.
I half the time don't even know who Illinois is playing because it doesn't show up on any of the books.
Oh, yeah. I don't care. Unless you went to Illinois, I really don't think you care to bet on it, or because it's a hassle, and I'm not going to go through that unless I love the play, unless I'm obsessed.
Yeah, unless
I was with
donate to me and have me bet Oregon for you.
Yeah, that was certainly a donation. Now, this may be the biggest game of the week based on what has transpired over the last 24 hours, but LSU Ole Miss. Who wants to talk about Lane Kiffin telling us it's the over? Oh, I will. For some reason, this automatically made me go, I like to bet the under, please.
I knew you would go there. Mm-hmm.
Here's my money, but I'm not touching that. Just because of how that will be in the back of my mind, this game is fully out of my attention. I don't care about it. I don't care what happens. It probably is a spot for Ole Miss to win. I don't want to be on it. And I don't know. I don't have enough thoughts and confidence on anything in that spot. because I like LSU, but Ole Miss has been real weird this season.
Is Lane Kiffin's daughter really dating a player on LSU's team?
Hard
Sources are
launch
pending.
this week.
Soft,
Instagram,
actually,
apparently.
Smalls made a very good point.
It was the second picture.
Second photo in the whatever you want to call it.
Oh, a little
Little
in the
slideshow or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It was technically a soft launch. If it was a hard launch, it would have been
First
first.
She tagged him though, so like I don't know.
Yeah.
wow.
I think Lane Kiffin's got his whole family playing chess. I like Ole Miss on the money line. I will more than likely be taking that. I don't think LSU goes into Oxford and pulls this off. So
you
Ole
don't
Miss.
think that Lane Kiffin's daughter and that dude that plays on LSU doesn't mess up the feng shui?
No, of course not. I to be honest, I mean, put on your little tinfoil hat if you want. I know there's been lots of talking heads saying this, but why this week? Why would she post that this week when they're playing that game? It's all mind games for Lane Kiffin. I'm on his side.
Crutch, I went there. There's a difference. I said I didn't go to Illinois. There's a difference. Don't call me out on my beloved school.
Ole Miss is winning the mind games. They're gonna win this ball game. That's the extent of my thoughts.
I also like for LSU being the 4th ranked team in the country, they've been underwhelming.
Yes.
I like the under in this one, and I lean towards Ole Miss too, just because like we're so used to LSU being a team that puts up a gazillion points, but when they've played anyone good this year, like their offense has struggled a little bit. So I'm not sure this is going to be like the high flying game that in years past we might have said it was. I think this is going to be more of a rock fight, a little bit of an under here, and I do lean towards Ole Miss with the Lane Kiffin games. He knows what he's doing. There's no way his daughter puts that out game week.
Right.
Like, I don't know what
hold that up. No one's talking about me.
Players, but everything is calculated with these coaches.
100%. And you could have
hold on, don't post that.
But it sounds like they have a great relationship.
Right.
What?
Yeah. I was like, don't post that. They're not talking about me this week. Hold on. Wait till Monday.
Yeah.
You could argue that LSU hasn't really played anyone this season either.
No.
I mean,
Clemson sucks.
Clemson, Florida.
Sucks.
Like,
Clemson
are we calling those good wins? But
No.
yeah, I mean, they only put up 17 against Clemson, 20 against Florida. The offense has not been firing, like you said, Kate. So
you're gonna get me to bet Ole Miss.
I like that.
Ooh, that's good points. Ooh,
Another
that's
panel
really
moment. Here we go.
Ooh, what's the price? I didn't see it. Mention it again, please.
They're 1.5 point favorites. So the money line. Where is this game?
Ugh.
It's taking me too long to figure it out.
So
What
like
time is
plus
this game,
120?
chat? Someone tell me. No, they're
feels like
favored, like minus 120. -1, -115, -120. Depending on the book, I see a -111 is
Sometimes
the
they get
best
2
line
or
out there.
6.
230 Central. Best line actually -111 right now on Bet Online. I'll be honest, I'm gonna lock that in right now before I forget about it.
Right meow.
Because
Put a reminder on that game. One moment. Let me filibuster by singing.
I mean, I also wonder how much this line's gonna.
Oh, it's already on it.
You're already on it.
No, I had it marked.
Why do you put a reminder next to it instead of just betting it? You want to try and
Because it'll let me know if the lines move.
Ah.
Yeah. That's how I get all my
I
updates.
feel like the
Gotcha.
public is gonna be betting Ole Miss. Might make it move that way.
What'd you say?
I think the public might be on Ole Miss, just given the Kiffin family
so, too.
news.
Interesting.
-111, that's good for me. I locked it in chat. We're riding with Ole Miss.
Interesting. All right, where do we want to go now? Do we want to start the fighting or do we want to start the fight?
I think the fighting's starting on the next 2 games. So
I know. Or should I go somewhere else? What are we
Let's
doing?
go Oregon, Penn State.
Let's do it.
Yeah. That game's at 6, right?
Yep. That one.
Jess isn't home. Jess isn't home, so I can
Is that
say
a
this.
whiteout for Penn State?
Oh God, please.
Has to be.
I believe so.
Ooh.
I just want to say Jess wants to go out during that game, and I was like, "Can we go out to dinner on Friday?" I was like, it's a big day on Saturday, and she's like, "You say that every week." I go, "Not always."
Go out somewhere where there's a TV.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's an Italian restaurant. They never have TVs.
Yeah, it's tough.
That is tough.
All right, let's
and
talk
Georgia,
about
Alabama at 6:32.
it.
Go, you got to get date night in early, man. Hey, how about Thursday and Friday? Give her the old 2-for-1. I'll take you out
think I'm a
Thursday.
millionaire?
Saturday matinee.
I
you guys
think you're a
got all
good
day to hang
boyfriend,
out.
Colby.
Oh, God, Chad, help me out. Send money to my bro.
Friday night
Please.
dinner, Saturday morning brunch. There's a little 2-for-1.
Yes.
Oh,
There you go.
Then you're
God.
set
Why
for
do
the
they
evening.
They always time them when I don't want them
Yeah, they
that
do.
way. Like when the best game of the day is at 11, I hate that. But
Then they
sometimes
want
I
to go to
like
the
it.
farmer's market, don't they?
Yes. Kate, you can't be a woman and say this. You're on their team.
I don't go to actually. I have been to the farmer's market.
I
but
love
go
farmers
Wednesdays.
markets.
Farmer's market right across from my house. The peaches right now are phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's peach season.
Oh,
That's
my
a sign.
God.
It's Georgia. We'll get there. Moving
Yep.
on.
All right, let's get into the biggest.
Emma.
I got her.
Yeah, you did.
Let's talk about the Quackers versus the old Lions. Roar. Where do I want to go with this? Do I want to let Nate talk or do I want to talk? You know what? Let Nate talk so I can get my boxing gloves on.
Colby, I got one thing to say, and that's it. And then I'm going to turn.
You're going to ask me who the coach is.
Who's the coach of Penn State?
James
He's
Franklin.
at home.
And what does James Franklin not do in big games? This is from you. This is what you have told me.
I'm
the whole time
aware.
I've known you.
He does
James
not
Franklin
win big games.
Does not win big games. This is maybe the biggest game of the season for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Certainly their first true test. Oregon Ducks outright. Leave the points at home. You don't need them.
All right.
I agree. Oregon winning this game.
The 3.5 is a gift, but I don't need it.
Penn State's offense, do they have one?
No.
Do they have a passing game?
Certainly not.
No.
Mm-mm.
And Oregon has yet to allow a passing touchdown this season. If you can stop the run against Penn State, which their run game is good. I don't know. I mean, Penn State is completely one-dimensional. Yep.
Colby, you're a
Yeah, I'll be boosting the old Penn State money line at -111. This is what I wanted all week. This is what I wanted the entire time. Screw those points because, again, don't trust Franklin to cover that 3.5. Do not take the 3. I'm not pushing because it's probably going to end in a field goal. Now, here's why I like Penn State. 1, Oregon has gone from Northwestern back home, now back to Penn State. That is a lot of travel in a 3-week span. I don't care how early it is in the season. That is a lot of travel, and that's pretty far east. I don't remember them going that far east that often last year, unless it was Purdue. And then I forgot where they went after Purdue last year. But, Ohio State, I think it was, right? Or they host Ohio State?
No, they hosted Ohio State. They went to Purdue, they went to Michigan, and they went to Wisconsin. That's all the travel east.
So they really went in the same time zone twice.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, even though it's not the same time zone. Also, love that Penn State is home in this spot. I love that as a night game, so it just makes it even more rowdy over in Happy Valley. And I just think this is a spot where you can actually trust Franklin based on how many advantage spots they have in this game, based on travel, home field advantage. And also, I don't think Oregon's played a single soul worth even mentioning. And that's what I like.
I was going to say, neither has
They're at home.
They're also coming off a bye. I'll give you that. Nittany Lions.
Yeah, that's right. That's the other. I was like, what's the last bullet point that I'm missing? Okay. Oh, that's right. They had the bye. That was my other thing. But you could also argue that Oregon's going into a bye after this, which I would rather take the team coming off the bye than the team going into the bye when you're traveling that freaking far. Now, if Oregon was coming off the bye and it was reversed, probably be on the Ducks.
Fair. I could see that.
But I think in this spot, you can actually trust James Franklin. And also, Dan Lanning forgot how to cover spreads. So
no arguments there. I think hell must have frozen over, though, because Colby is backing James Franklin.
Like I said, unbiased. I will always stand by my unbiasedness.
I will respect
it. If you can't change your perspective, folks, you are dense. And we can't have denseness when we bet.
I mean, you can make the argument that Oregon, hasn't played anyone. They've still played 2 Power 4 opponents, plus Oregon State, who's technically not in that
Again,
listing
you're
already.
talking to the biggest James Franklin hater, Dabo Sweeney hater. Shags, who else do I hate?
Nevada, FIU, and Villanova. You think
That's not who I hate.
You think
No.
that prepares Penn State for the Oregon Ducks?
No.
Come on,
And
man.
I mean, they've had a lot of mistakes and turnovers in those games. Plus, I talk about Dan Lanning not covering. James Franklin hasn't been covering all the season.
James Franklin never covers. James Franklin never covers.
Are you kidding
He also
me?
doesn't win. He also doesn't win big games.
Lives to cover games.
Oh, I love this negativity. I really do. The more you guys talk down of Penn State, the more I love the play. So continue telling me why it's not Penn State, because I love it.
It's not Penn State.
How many? First of all, super side note at the end of this discussion: how many miles has Oregon traveled in the last 3 weeks? Because
you know how comfy those planes are.
Give me a sec. I'll figure it out.
Massage chairs, steak dinner on the plane.
Goofing off, fist fights if you're Auburn.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, crazy pellet. I'm seeing anywhere from 24.5 to 26.5 for the first half
let's
total. Go. So yeah, there are definitely a little bit of range out there.
Do we think this is an over game or an under game? We've only talked about the side.
Under.
I don't know the answer to that.
I think under.
That's why I also for the duck bettors, the ones that want to be in the Ducks, definitely take the points, because you're getting a really good number at 3.5, in my opinion. I know Shaq said screw the points, but if you're going to do that, take the points and then boost the money line for fun.
Yeah,
because I really think 3.5 is a terrible number to be on if you like Penn State. And I know Nate and the boys are on -3. I don't want -3. I don't want it.
Why?
And -1.
Push?
Yeah, I think it pushes. I can't see them winning by a touchdown. You know what I mean?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I have other ones. They're at home, travel. I just think it's a spot that Franklin actually proves himself.
I will pay to find out.
Because I don't think Oregon's that much of a juggernaut. They weren't last year. They were fraudulent the entire season.
Colby, Oregon to University of Oregon to University of Northwestern, 2,146 miles one way.
That's not that far.
That sounds like a cakewalk. Me and Kate have ran that before.
Yeah, we've ran to Oregon. I mean, it's like 3,000 miles to Florida from here. That's like a 2-hour flight for Oregon. That's nothing.
It's not that bad.
No.
Chartered flight. They're fun.
Yeah.
About 2,600
miles. Early, you played 11 a.m. You get back. You're not getting back in the middle of the night on Saturday. You're getting back Saturday afternoon, evening. Mm-hmm. Nice little day off Sunday. Back to work Monday. It's easy.
Plums are talking, man. The plums are just talking.
I can't believe we got to the day that Colby backed James Franklin in a big game.
It's not the playoffs. That's also another reason. It's not the playoffs.
It's still a big game.
All right, let's get the other one where we disagree. Let's get into Alabama, Georgia.
Oh, no, I got to defend myself.
Yep.
Kate, take it away.
Oh, fine.
Take it away.
This is Alabama. Getting the point. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. The loss to Florida State in week 1 isn't as bad as it initially looked. It's a bad loss still, but not as terrible. I was not very impressed last week by Georgia against Tennessee. I know they won, but they had a lot of opportunities to put that game away and just didn't. And Alabama, they've won 9 of the last 10 against Georgia. And I know a lot of those, the majority of them were with Saban, and that's a completely different conversation. You can't really look at that trend and say, okay, this is an Alabama because that was with Saban. I'm just not sure this Georgia team is as good as previous Georgia teams. I think that opens the door a little bit for old Bama, plus 4.5. So you're telling me on a neutral site, Georgia's -1, -1.5. Open 6.5. It's been bet down ever since.
Been bet down. I'm seeing 3 and 3.5 right now. Are your best
numbers?
Go
below 3. If you like Alabama, I'd keep it at 3.5.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are okay with pushing at 3, anything under 3, I would look towards Georgia. But I'm not totally sold on the old Bulldogs and Kirby.
I can live with losing this game. I can live with losing Alabama.
Did you get the same number? You got 4.5 too?
This is what I got. Yeah.
Okay.
I just hated how Kirby handled Tennessee. I understand you're on the road, but the fact that they could have probably been up 3 scores easily if he wasn't soft, and that was the biggest concern for me, and that is 100% why I'm on Alabama. I don't think they should have beat the Tennessee. Clearly, that field goal was just luck, in my opinion. There was nothing going their way the entire game when they had the game. You know what I mean? They had the game they're in the driveway. Just park the car. They didn't. They were playing soft. They played conservative the entire time. I hated it. I really was disappointed in how Kirby did in that game. I was happy to have won that bet because I was on Georgia. Nate and I were on Georgia. Kate, were you on Georgia?
No,
on Tennessee.
I think I was on Tennessee.
You probably should have won that bet. And
yeah,
if you won that bet, I would be on Georgia in this spot. So give me Bama.
Bama.
I think 3 or 4 is probably going to be our perfect number. Because I'm seeing Georgia -2.5. I think I'm going to wait and just see if I ticks down a little bit more. I'm seeing -2.5, -120.
You'll get a boost to buy the money line.
That will probably be the play as well. But I mean, I have faith in the Dogs. I know I didn't like what they saw, how they played against Tennessee, but they've had a week to fix that. I think Kirby Smart's going to rally the troops. You mentioned
I knew you would say that too.
They haven't won. They haven't
I
won
knew
the last
I knew
amount of
going
games.
into this. I knew you going to this be like Kirby can fix it. He's really good at.
And
you have to say it.
They had a bye week last year before facing Alabama. Obviously, didn't work out their way. But I mean, when was the last time Georgia beat Alabama? I'm seeing like 2017 or before.
Yeah,
like
very long time ago.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So at home, I mean, you got to be a special kind of team to go into Athens and upset the Georgia Bulldogs. I think this is still their conference, and I think they prove it this weekend. So I like the Dogs. I think they roll, to be honest with you.
Question for you, Shags.
Scary.
You're really a player prop guy when it comes to college football.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you like Georgia, Gunnar Stockton is the reason why they dominate. So do you have any thoughts on that?
No.
He's the reason why they won that game against Tennessee.
No doubt about it. I gotta see our lines. I'm sure they've got some lines for that.
They gotta have something.
Let's see. Gunnar Stockton, you're obviously looking at his like passing yards, I would assume.
Or touchdowns, or want him to score a touchdown.
Touchdowns. Let's see. Passing props. Gunnar Stockton, 208.5 passing yards. For him to score a touchdown is +115 anytime. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely think the play of Gunnar Stockton determines how good this Georgia team is. Passing yards at 208.5, I think, yeah, is probably a play. I think
I might bet that.
He might be needing to sling the pill because I don't know how much success Georgia will have on the ground against Alabama. So we'll.
What did he have against Tennessee?
I'm
looking it up. I got it right here. 304.
Yeah, he had a bunch.
And then he had 227 against Austin P. and Marshall had 190.
I mean, he's not necessarily had to throw the ball aside from that Tennessee game. Only 31 attempts, 23
34 in the week against Austin P. and then 24 against Marshall. So he really hasn't thrown. And when he has, he's still actually managed over that number. Honestly, I'm going to bet it right now.
I don't hate that passing.
Because it's only going to go up. It's only going to go up.
Yeah, 208.5 is what I'm seeing.
I could get on board with that.
That should be doable.
I just wish there was more lines. That's what I hate. I hate doing that.
It's the
because it's only going to go up.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that book that has it is the one that drops them all first, and here by Thursday that number will probably be up to 215, if not 220 or more.
College props hardly ever drop; they only go up. Right. No one likes betting the under on college props.
You got to get them early too. It makes all the difference in the world.
Kate, when I would do midweek MAC player props, I would get them in. Oh, that's my crack. I would get them like literally the day before, and I would write about it the day before, and people would see me post my card and tell me I had a fake line because it would be like 80-yard difference. Like sometimes it was like a 45-yard difference.
Yeah.
Like I got this running back 48 yards. It's right now sitting at 82. They're like, you didn't get that. I go, Yes,
With
I
my
did.
slip. Check the
Yeah.
slip.
Like the slip.
Like I hate people that ask for slips. Literally,
I
do
do
you
too.
understand how this works?
That's just the recreational better mind, is they don't think about betting the Saturday games until Saturday.
Right.
And by
And
then
if you
you've
waited until
missed out.
Saturday, you've missed the best of the line.
Exactly.
Hence this out being Alabama at one book right now, plus
Yeah.
3, when you could have gotten plus 6.5 earlier.
Exactly. Which is why I will be waiting on Georgia. Keep buying in on Bama, people. Get me a real nice playable money line. Not to interrupt the show, but Colby, we do have breaking news from our friend Matt Fortuna. Oklahoma quarterback and Heisman frontrunner John Mateer is undergoing right-hand surgery Wednesday and will be out for an extended period of time. Brent Venables says he does expect Mateer to return at some point this season.
Well, there goes Heisman. John Mateer's my Heisman pick.
Yeah,
that's
Matt Fortuna.
Big.
Had to text him. Speaking of Fortuna, just texted him.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to text him, so that was a good reminder.
That tweet 3 minutes ago from him, he's certainly a reliable source.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, make sure to keep up with his write-ups over on his thing, the Inside Zone. He's the only person I subscribe to.
Yep.
Oklahoma does have a bye this week, but they face Texas on the 11th, and I don't know how fast you'd recover from hand surgery.
What did he do to his hand? Did he do something in the last game?
I
didn't hear anything about that after that game.
Right. I don't either. Let me see what I can find. I mean, after Venables said after consulting with medical experts, became clear that surgery is the best option for John in his short and long-term future. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
Yep. Right hand surgery. Extremely disappointed he will miss some game action. Eager to correct the issue and move forward. Again, Venables expects him to return at some point this season, but probably not for the Red River Reverie.
I mean, with Oklahoma's schedule getting
it makes you sound like you have a speech impediment anytime you say it.
Red River Reverie.
Whoa.
The Red River Rivalry.
That's why you just call it the Red River Shootout.
Yeah. Rivalry is just tough. Now, Nate and I have another game that we have to fist fight over. So, Kate, one moment.
Go for it.
You do?
Yep. Yes, we do. Against Iowa State.
I just think you're wrong. I'm not on the other side. I just think you're wrong.
Then bet it, baby.
If it gets down to,
do you want to hear my argument at least? Well, obviously you're gonna.
Yes, I'm absolutely want to hear your argument. Please.
Something that Campbell.
I can think you're wrong and not bet it because I think it's also a bad line on the side I want. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm done.
Campbell, Candle, 2 coaches that are better hunters than being hunted, and I think Arizona, excuse me. I always do that. Arizona against Kansas State in their last game. When this was brought up in our group chat, I honestly remember Arizona winning by a ton, but they only won by a few. They owned Kansas State in that game. It felt like they won by 20. I'll have this written up this week because I think this is a really underrated Arizona team. I think their offense is lethal and explosive. They're fast. They're really exciting to watch. I think 7.5 is too big of a number. And they put up 400 yards in their last game. And I'm not impressed with anything Illinois State has done this season. And I think Arizona is another great spot to back them in.
Colby, who did Arizona put up 400 yards of offense against?
Kansas State.
Kansas State, a team that sucks. We know this. I bet them.
So does Iowa State.
Yeah, the number 14 ranked team in the country sucks.
Iowa State is not that good against your Hunter.
Iowa.
Hunter. But they didn't cover.
They did not cover that.
They did not cover.
They didn't cover last week either.
Colby, seven's our perfect number. I just booked Iowa State
-6.5. Yeah,
because it is there. I didn't notice that's where the line went. I went to check, and it's 6.5 all over the place. So, yep, I'm in. 7's our perfect number.
Took them finally.
I don't think Arizona State, Arizona. I don't think Arizona's
a
good football team. Yeah. You maybe do that. I don't think Arizona's a good football team. I want to see it more from them. I mean, you beat Hawaii, you beat Weber State, and you beat a bad Kansas State team, all at home, mind you. Now you got to go into Ames Saturday night. Might be a little chilly. Give me Iowa State by a touchdown.
All right. Do we
Kate,
have
any tie-breaking thoughts on that one?
I have zero thoughts on that game.
Okay.
I apologize that I can't be the tiebreaker. Actually, you know what?
Locked in Saturday.
Arizona, because I have to go against Iowa State.
Yeah, all right.
Like,
No
out of
bias.
principle. But that's the only argument I have. I don't have an actual, like, solid
That's
handicap.
Does anyone have any thoughts on? Does anyone have thoughts on Duke Syracuse?
You do.
I
Syracuse coming off big win over Clemson. Did they storm?
No,
They didn't.
They were on.
No.
They were. Are they on the road?
They were on the road, actually. Yeah.
They were on the road. They're on the road. I'm really on Duke just for that. Coming off your biggest win of the season against a program that always puts belt to ass against you, and you get your revenge. Now you have to host Duke. I mean, it's not. It's like it was like last week. It was like I said with Georgia Tech. You got up for Clemson. Yeah, God bless you, Temple. Good, congratulations for covering that spread for me. That's just the beauty of the fading of the storm.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Duke is the right spot in the situation after the big. It's classic letdown spot, and I'll ride it. That's why I'm here.
All right.
Good for you for having faith in Darian Mensah, because I still don't.
Great name.
Duke's a basketball school.
Darian Mensah sounds like a rapper.
So.
Yeah.
I like the under in Auburn, Texas A&M.
Ooh,
52 and a half.
Talk about that game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Auburn got sacked 6 times last week against Oklahoma, and I don't see their offense having a whole lot of success through the air against based on the strengths of the A&M defense. And then also, I didn't realize this, but Auburn's defense is number 1 in rush success rate in the country. So is Texas A&M really going to be able to run on them a whole lot? Like, usually, I guess that usually leans towards an over when you're throwing the ball downfield a whole lot more, and unders are when you're running the ball. But I just don't think that either of these teams are going to be able to put up a massive number. So I'm going under.
It's also Marcel Reed at quarterback for Texas A&M, who it doesn't have the sexiest arm, we could say. Both these quarterbacks really are kind of run first guys. So I like that play. I got to find a pick in this game. So I like the under too.
Yeah.
Kind of lean with Texas A&M coming off a bye.
Yeah, I don't know what I think about Auburn this year.
I really can't get a grip on them.
Like, some people are very high on them and think that they're like legit. I'm not sure they are. I just don't. I don't.
Didn't look like it last week.
No.
So.
Is anyone else pretty excited about that Gunnar Stockton bet? I keep trying to not to forget, but I look down as I wrote it down. I'm like, it just feels like a really good play. 208 sounds just stupid low too. Sorry, not to go back to it. I was just thinking about it.
No, go back to it. That's okay. What's Alabama's? How did Castellanos do against Alabama's secondary? Did he like tear him up? Did they have much success on the ground?
Right?
I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, 78 rushing yards for Castellanos. He only had 14 pass attempts against the Crimson Tide. 9 of 14.
Isn't he more of a dual threat quarterback?
No, he's definitely more of a dual threat. And Florida State was winning most of that game. Yeah. He's still at 152 passing yards, but
I think this one will be tight. And he can get in a first half.
I think he can easily go over 209.
Yeah.
Say Georgia's up early. It's because they're slinging the pill.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that play. That might be my favorite play of the week now that we figured that out here on the show. Nothing better than finding the bet with my friends.
It's the best.
With your friends.
It's the best. It's the best. All right, we got 7 minutes. What else we got? Anything, folks?
I just want to say, are you worried at all about Alabama looking ahead to Vanderbilt?
That is very funny because, no, but also yes, because they lost them last year. So,
Georgia's got Kentucky. They got nothing to worry about.
Also, another reason why I like Alabama.
They're gonna be locked in.
Who needs this win more than anybody?
Alabama.
DeBoer.
Yeah.
Good God.
No doubt about it.
Talk about a seat starting to heat up a bit. You're looking like Willie Napier at Bama.
Week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I 100% agree. Oh, yeah. That feet was getting steamy. That was an embarrassing performance. I'm still not over it.
That's the one.
The Ohio State Washington game is a little confusing to me. I don't know what to think about that line, and I'm not going to bet it, but I would be on Washington's side. Washington's a tough place to play. Like
always,
caliber of talent, certainly not that of Ohio State, but Washington's a hard place to play.
I really like Washington's quarterback too.
Travel, Colby.
Hey, but they're in luxury planes though.
They are.
They got pigs.
Got to think about that. Dual threat quarterback.
And throw her logic right back at her.
That's the way it goes.
The beauty of betting is the psychotic mind that we have, where we think about one team one way, but when we're thinking about another way, we just completely exclude that.
Ignore it. Yep.
Yeah.
That is my favorite pastime. I do it all the time. This is a letdown spot. They didn't look too hot last week. And then
this team does not have letdown spots. They're locked in
this
every
team,
week.
I really
not looking ahead.
Bounce back. I think this team's going to keep it going. They're riding this momentum. Next team. Yeah, this team's due for regression.
Oh, you got to love this.
It is so stupid. No one knows what's happening. No one knows what's happening in betting.
No. Nobody
They're all just throwing
knows.
darts.
If they knew, they wouldn't be giving it out.
That's right.
That's why the books are always known.
Okay, here is one.
Are you talking Friday night? Because I want your thoughts on that Florida State game.
No, I'm not, but I will give you those in a second.
Cool.
Coach fired bump. Talk about a trend. Oklahoma State, 21-point underdogs at home to Baylor.
Meant to mention that.
I think we got to ride the coach fired bump.
That means we have to ride UCLA too.
That's true.
That was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Or did they not play last week?
The prop Nate made a good point. He doesn't want to touch it because they fired him on a Tuesday, which makes it seem more toxic than if they fired him Saturday, Sunday. Talking about Gundy.
Wait, why more toxic? Just because they let him? Well, his press conference on Monday, he said, "I expect to be here at the end of the season," didn't he?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Actually, Colby, it's funny you mentioned that. Yesterday was that anniversary of him saying I'm 40 in the rant. Ben Stevens tweeted something out saying Oklahoma State probably waited a day to make the firing just because of that. Anniversary was yesterday. Fire him today. I don't know. There might be something there.
Huh.
A little fishy.
Is that really what happened, Crutch?
I didn't know that either.
If that's what happened, that's hilarious. Poor
dude, he's so funny.
No.
He said
they know too. No, you're not firing me.
Exactly. That would be my response too.
Oh man.
All right, Friday night.
Florida State. I'm playing it with Florida State Friday night. Florida State. They're a good team. I'm sold on Florida State.
Okay.
I got no thoughts.
I have thoughts in this game too. I'm actually backing Virginia's first half team total over 12.5 minus 125. My thinking is just Virginia's been the offense has been clicking early as well. Over 450 total yards in every single game. They're putting up 31 points. Sure, you can argue who have they played. They went on the road to NC State, still put up 514, scored 24 first half points. Florida State maybe looking ahead to Miami a little bit in the first half, especially. I do think we see plenty of back and forth. So I think the Cavs can at least keep up in that first half. 2 touchdowns is all we need from Chandler Morris and the crew. They've been very good on third down as well, 57.6%, just 2 turnovers, just one of them from their starting quarterback. The backup threw a pick as well. So I'd like Virginia's offense in the first half to maybe surprise some people Friday night at home before Florida State wakes up and probably covers.
You're making me miss Tony Bennett.
I miss Tony Bennett too.
My dad's favorite singer.
Get out of here.
It's my favorite dad joke. It's my favorite dad joke.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Oh,
a few times.
Classic. Classic.
Yeah.
We got a minute left, folks. Anything else? Any last minute words that we can't get out for the rest of the week? It's not like we can't talk about tomorrow, Shags.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, yeah, I got some thoughts on the Thursday night game, but we'll save them for tomorrow. People can get it then. It's a stinker. Army, East Carolina. So
yeah.
Well, I can compete. Seahawks, Cardinals. That's not as entertaining. So
yeah,
I get to see you Goobers both tomorrow. It's gonna be great.
Do.
Woohoo!
Yeah. How exciting!
Yeah. How exciting! Well, Ladies and gentlemen, this was the old college try. I will be right back. Oh my God, Grandma! I'll be right back. 2 hours, Grandma.
Yeah, Daisy, don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
He's staying on. He's staying on for another hour.
I got another hour. All right, folks. I'll see you on the other side. I need water. Give me one moment, por favor.
Sure you loop the video.
Oh yeah, I know. I forgot last time. Make sure to give Kate and Nate a follow. I'll be back in a minute or something. So 1, 2, 3. See you.
Goodbye.
Well. What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Pickoff. I'm your host. You know who I am. I'm here with Jennifer Piacenti. Jen, welcome back. 2 weeks in a row.
Whoa. But you know what? It's really important that we're here together, Colby, because I'm sure you know this, but maybe the audience doesn't. This is the last Dinger Tuesday of the regular season.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. I was going to say, I thought you were going to mention the robot umps. They're here.
Well, no, that was my next thing I'm going to mention. I'm super excited about that.
I didn't even think about that. I thought they continued it into the playoffs, but I guess you're right.
Of the regular season, obviously, we'll continue through the playoffs, but when else are you going to get to target players like Jeffrey Springs? Not
Very true. Very true. The pitching gets a lot better and everything gets a lot tougher.
It's a lot harder.
Oh,
this is the day.
Yeah. Hopefully we cash one. I cashed my first home run bet yesterday, and it felt like a month. It's been a very cold streak of hitting home runs. So hopefully that turns around, because May, I wish I was still in May, because I think I hit one every day except for 2 days in May.
I had a streak like that as well. May was nice. You know, when the weather gets warmer and you're starting to find the patterns, now it's cooling off a little bit. People are getting tired.
Yeah.
But, okay.
June's always my worst month. June is always my worst month. Yeah, always. Because I think it's the weather changing, and then you find out who's who, and you don't know what data to trust. And I just have to wait until, because I'm still using some of last year's data, which, I mean,
you have to.
I use that. Yeah, you have to, because it's still early in the season. That's like the first part of the season. July is where I get back, but it's been a bad, not the greatest season for me. So, I mean, they're not always going to be home runs. So I can live with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season, so we still have plenty of time. You still have plenty of time for this.
We still have a month and a half. Yeah. But let's talk about the robot umps. First thought. Tell me your initial thoughts.
I love it. I do. So I was not expecting to love this, and it was one of the best things about the All-Star game. First off, I hate the All-Star game. I hate it. I think it's stupid. I never bet on it. But this All-Star game, like, actually kind of fun. I have to admit it.
I didn't bet on it.
I didn't bet on it. No, I didn't bet on the All-Star game, but I watched it. Some of it. Because of the automatic ball strikes. It was so cool.
Mhm.
The robot ump was cool. And, seeing people no, I know that clipped the edge of the zone. And they were always right when they threw the challenge. I thought it was really, really fun. And it will kind of put to bed a lot of this people, feeling like the umps are calling in a certain way in favor of a certain team. Obviously they only get the 2 challenges, et cetera, but I think it's fun. I think it's we've had this technology in tennis for a long time.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't have an opinion. I'm at a point where I don't care.
Whoa, stop.
I could go either way. I like the human aspect.
Is it possible that you don't have an opinion? I mean, I haven't known you long, Colby, but I feel like you're a guy with many opinions.
I do. You're 100% right. I usually have. We're Italian. You're only saying that because we're Italian.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know. I think it's because I do like the human aspect and the mistakes that baseball has. I mean, they go either way. Everything eventually evens out, in my opinion. I think I am going to like the comedy that is going to ensue with. That's not a strike. That ain't no strike. I think I'm going to like it. I don't have a problem with it. I don't think there's any new rule that baseball has added that I've had a problem with. I think the bases, no one noticed that. I thought it was awesome that stolen bases are all the way back. The pitch clock has been the greatest thing ever. Games feel like this now. They don't feel not. I think the pitch clock's the best thing they've done.
They do. I think the pitch clock, I'm grown to like it. I didn't love it at the beginning. I was really concerned about the wear and tear it put on certain pitchers' arms and the possibility for injury, but it seems to not have had that big of an effect. And it does increase the pace of play, which I think is better for the game. I think that automatic balls and strikes is going to be the same thing. I think it's going to be fun because if it were literally like a robot ump doing every single one, that would be awful. You need the human. But the fact that you just get 2 challenges, that's fun. It's also when do you use them? It's, you don't get timeouts in baseball, right? So you don't get timeouts, but you can get 2 ABS challenges. That's kind of
ABS challenges at one time. One 3-second extra swing of the bat and then get back in play.
Yeah, I guess you do. I mean, I guess, you can take a slight timeout in the batter's box. But I mean, the team isn't on the clock.
Yeah. I honestly do miss when the guys would step out of the bag and then swing and then get right back in. But some guys would take forever. So I'm over that. I can get over that. Oh, I mean, it's going to be exciting. Hopefully it works. I think they're getting a younger and younger audience as the years go by, too. I think the young crowd is coming back to baseball. At least I hope. I thought I saw numbers. I didn't know if they were credible this past summer. But I think they're getting a younger audience, which baseball has needed forever.
They have needed it. And I think they are getting a little younger. I think they could do a lot more. Obviously, this is a big conversation, but I think they could do a lot more with marketing their stars and making things appealing and all of that. I think maybe they've even almost gotten too gimmicky in some things. Like every night at the ballpark is like Star Wars night, Pretty Princess night, I don't know, Grimace night, whatever. It's like a little too much.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just go for baseball. And I think we've gone a little overboard with that silliness. But also what is with all the uniform changes all the time? City Connect uniforms and this uniform.
Some of them suck.
God, they suck. They're awful. They look like footy pajamas half the time.
The Orioles this past weekend?
Oh my God. They're horrible. And you're making grown men wear these and you wonder maybe why there isn't universal appeal. At least let them dress like grown-ups.
They look like prisoners.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
They're jumpsuits. Yeah. I will say the Red Sox Fenway ones, the green, I hate the Red Sox. I hate everything Boston. I love those jerseys more than anything, and I hate it. Maybe it's because I'm a little S word for green, but I love the color green. Those jerseys are awesome. But there are Yankee fans and people that do. I've seen Morash say he hates when the Red Sox are wearing those uniforms when they're playing the Yankees, and it just feels like a gimmick. This is a historical matchup.
I agree. I hate it when I feel like Red Sox need to wear red especially if you're playing the Yankees. You're right. If you're playing the Marlins, nobody's watching you anyway. But if you're playing the Yankees, then you need to have that red and black pinstripes. You need that. absolutely. That's part of the beauty. That's why, honestly, I know a lot of people complained about the boring World Series, but the Dodgers Yankees uniform matchup is perfect.
Yeah. That's just pure history. Yeah. We have a comment about the first base bag doubling up. What are your thoughts on that? I don't have a problem with that. Like getting like the softball. Like if first baseman had like 2 bags so they don't clip each other.
Oh, that doesn't bother me.
No, I'm shocked they don't have it already because there's always collisions at first.
Always. That's actually,
you get this much room.
The most injured position, probably. Like, and then you have people running outside of the base path, and like Trey Turner's getting in trouble. Yeah. So
and there's no space. There's no. You get a wonky throw. There's no space at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, B-Dot. I do think they should have those. I'm shocked this hasn't been pushed more. Maybe just no one's thinking about it that much. They're thinking about the thing everyone complains about, which is balls and strikes.
And the game taking too long.
Yeah, the game. Yeah, sitting there for 4 hours just to get through the 7th inning. But we have arguably the best week ahead of us. The playoff race is in full swing. We have great matchups. We have a ton of teams fighting for divisional to win the division and just to make the playoffs. We got to start with the one game or the one series that is making this entire week, which is the Guardians and the Tigers. That goes down tonight. I have plays in that game. We'll talk about it in a minute. But are the Guardians the most dangerous team in baseball right now?
I think they are the most dangerous team because they have the biggest threat to the most people.
Yeah.
Like everybody except Cleveland really doesn't want the Guardians to win.
I do. I have a ticket 5-1 for them to make the playoffs.
Do you? Okay, so you want them to win. So there's that.
I do. Yeah.
As an Astros fan, I do not want them to win. But I also don't want the Tigers to win. So what? I'm screwed. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're in a bad spot. It's our own fault. But well, I don't know. Maybe it's injuries' fault.
You mean you crapped the bet against the Mariners this weekend?
I mean, that was.
I didn't expect that. They swept them, right? They swept?
They swept them. I thought they would win the series. I did think the Mariners would win the series, but I thought we would take at least one of them. I thought it would be 2-1. It was pretty embarrassing. It was horrible. And this team can't play without Jordan, apparently. I don't know. They couldn't play without Jack Myers for a while either. So.
Yeah.
There's that. The Guardians are, because this happens every year. I can think of like the 2019 Washington Nationals, the Diamondbacks a couple seasons ago. There is always one team that gets hot, and that team goes on a mission and you can't beat them. The Mets were a little bit that way around this time last year too. If you remember, they were just scorching hot, just blowing through everybody. Not so much this season, but the Guardians seem to be that team, and every year there is that team. So yeah, they're the team to be afraid of right now. And I have no idea how they're doing it.
I don't know either. When I bet them, the only reason I bet them, this was right after the deadline, I think it was. I took them at 5-1 because I just was like, who's a team I could back with value that didn't buy nor sell, and there's like good value. And they didn't buy or sell. They didn't do anything. They kind of stayed standard. I know they got rid of Bieber, which really didn't count. And I was like, this team's good enough to potentially make a playoff run. And like a month ago, I was like, oh, this is dead. Or a couple weeks ago, this is dead. And now they're on a 9-1 run, and the Tigers are on a 1-9 run over the last 10 games. And this is just, this is going to be the best series of the week.
It is. And everybody's going to be watching it because it affects the Red Sox. It affects the Astros. I mean, it affects a lot of teams. So, and what a meltdown by the Tigers. I mean, it's too bad. But, you were smart to make that bet because, honestly, that division, the Tigers, in my opinion, I thought they were a good team, but they were always overperforming. And eventually that kind of had to come to an end. And just generally the AL in general is just not as strong as the NL. So to take a value like that, 5-1 is very smart. They have no
pitching aside from Scoob. And a lot of people have seen a lot of bets on Scooble unders today. Something tells me that's not the right play.
I tend to agree. And honestly, when Skubal does give up runs, a lot of times they're home runs. So, yeah.
Yeah. I would rather not be on it than bet
Just stay
the
away.
under. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
I would
stay away fully. We've seen him have bad starts. He had a terrible start in not Atlanta, Sacramento against the Athletics. It was one of those starts where
that was towards kind of the beginning of the season too, like his third or fourth start, right?
This was I'm thinking of like August, July. I don't remember what
he also had a terrible start versus somebody really bad.
Yeah. He also had a bad start against the Angels.
Maybe it was the Angels.
Because I was on the bandwagon of Skubal for MVP because I got him at 125-1, and it was at a point where it was wide open. I mean, Judge was still having his season, but if it was Judge gets injured and Skubal continues to stay hot, Judge got injured. I was like, oh my God, this thing might actually come through. And then Skubal had like back-to-back bad starts. I'm like, this is dead. As soon as Judge gets back, it's going to be his.
But, little did you know, it's actually Cal Raleigh. That's the MVP.
You brought it up. You brought it up.
Great among qualified pitchers. He's the MVP. I'm getting these emails from MLB.com. It's down to the wire. The voting is close. Don't do this. Please don't do this. Aaron Judge, please, Aaron Judge tonight. Shane Smith, you can do this. I know he doesn't give up a lot of home runs to righties, but you're Aaron Judge. Please launch one tonight, please.
Oh my God. It's getting out of hand, and I keep having to ask people who actually cover baseball and aren't just in stupid Twitter like I am, because my feed is now covered with Judge propaganda and Cal propaganda, and I'm easily triggered because I have takes, like you mentioned. This one drives me nuts. If you seriously vote for a guy who's batting .248 with 60 home runs instead of a guy that's batting .330 with 50, make that make sense. I know these are just two simple stats, but just looking at it alone makes no sense to me.
But he's a catcher.
Stop. I hate those. This is what's driving me insane. This sentence I've heard too many times. We've never seen this from a catcher. You've never seen a catcher hit this many home runs. You have seen these seasons from catchers, excluding the home runs. All the MVPs prior have had much better batting averages. They are all batting in the 300s. DeBuster Posey, better catcher, just didn't hit nukes. Joe Mauer, one of the most consistent hitters ever as a catcher. Do we go to Mike Piazza? Should we keep going back? Should we go to Pudge? Because Pudge hit nukes. But these are Hall of Famers. They won MVPs. And we have Dumper Pumpers reporting for duty in the chat.
Oh, my God. Flush them.
I also just want to read this off. I wrote this down. If you drop Cal Raleigh's batting average 80 points, he'd be batting 167. If you drop Judge's batting average 80 points, he's Cal Raleigh. If you drop Judge's OPS 180 points, he's Cal Raleigh. You drop Cal's, he's under league average. Or he is league average, excuse me.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
Judge almost is at a 50% on-base percentage. That's nuts. It's insane.
Yeah,
why is it an argument
for me? You get zero argument for me. And I'm not a Judge fan, and in particular. I'm
not a biased Judge fan. I'm just I don't get anything from this award. The Yankees don't win a World Series with Judge just because Judge wins MVP. This is just idiotic.
It is idiotic. It's ridiculous.
It's lazy. If the more and more I see MLB Network, insert any other platform that's writing about Cal or just talking about it, you have really nothing else to talk about. That's what I'm assuming. The producers are like, you want to talk about Cal? He's got 69 home runs. And then people are like, well, how many more home runs does he have to hit to get MVP? I don't know. Not strike out 40% of the time and hit a nuke 40% of the time and be an actual consistent hitter that adds to the team? Oh, but Kobe, it's the Mariners were terrible about Cal Raleigh. He's got more meaningless home runs than Judge.
I have no arguments with you. You can.
I'm begging people. It's a massive vent session. I needed it. I needed it, Jen.
This is a free space. This is a safe space for you, Colby. Anytime
it's my show too.
I was invited back, right?
Yeah. I'm simply just going through my feed that are Cal supporters, and I'm looking for something that excludes three things: that he's a catcher, that he hits home runs or is leading in the home run race, and that the Mariners are going to win the West. If you can give me an argument without mentioning those three things, I will listen to you. Also, do not send me somebody else's work. I won't reply. That's all. I just want a real argument. I want to have a conversation. There's not.
No argument. Let's just look at his numbers for this month. He's batting 280 this month. This is groundbreaking. He's batting 280 in September. You know who's playing better than Cal Raleigh in September? Matt Olson.
Oh yeah, he's on fire.
320 with only one fewer home run. Give me Matt Olson instead if you're taking small sample sizes. I would rather bet on Matt Olson. Matt Olson's going to get me 2 bases. Cal Raleigh's giving me 12.
1. Yeah, he's either getting you 4 or 1.
That's all I'm getting. So
yeah, that's why I've been telling people, shoot, I think since the All-Star break, do not bet Cal Raleigh's bases. You just bet the home run.
And if you were playing Moneyball, if you were in a movie with Brad Pitt, who would you draft? How
Cal Raleigh hits new.
Cal Raleigh. It would be quite easy to replace Cal Raleigh with a couple other guys.
It's true. I mean, they tried to do it with Suarez.
They did.
They essentially brought in third base Cal Raleigh.
They did bring in third base Cal Raleigh. And somehow it's doing okay for them right now. They're on a hot streak as well.
They won't die, Jen. They won't die.
I know, and we didn't do our part. We didn't.
I want to be proven wrong that this team is legit. So I deserve this because I wanted to be wrong with them all year long, which looks like I am going to be wrong because one, Seattle needs this. I want this for Seattle. It's a great sports town. I went for the All-Star game in 23. Them wanting Ohtani was awesome. I'm like, yeah, these guys definitely need this. So they got their guy, which is Cal, which they've had the dumper for years. He's had the nickname for years. And now the media cares because he hits long balls. Chicks dig it. So do I. So I get it.
Chicks dig long balls. They do not dig nicknames like the Big Dumper. I can guarantee you. Because anybody that was named the Big Dumper was not the guy you wanted to go out with. And he was probably not a cool guy in the frat house either. So no.
Who do you know here?
What?
Who do you know? The frat. Like, who do you know here? Oh, the Dumper.
Let me in. I'm friends with the Dumper. Yeah, no. No.
I know the Big Dump.
Chicks don't dig big dumpers. That's pretty much.
They do if it's not mentioned that it's a dumper.
Maybe.
What's the butt show? Big butt guys. Or your girl, sorry.
I mean.
Name 5 brothers. 1, the Big Dump.
I actually have 4 brothers.
Oh my Lord. Big Dump.
I do have to say.
Penny News has Big Dumpers. They have V. V is the one commenting that he's a dumper pumper. That's hilarious. What else has gone by in the last? Oh, I meant to say.
How about the drama of everybody's mad because the Dodgers are essentially getting an extra pitcher in the postseason because Shohei Ohtani qualifies as both. Is that fair?
I mean, if you got a unicorn,
that's part of why.
I don't have a problem with it. I didn't even know that was drama. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing. Also, before I forget, I know you have a play with him. Actually, I don't need to pull up I was texted by my good friend Michael Montgomery. Huh?
Harper's not in the starting lineup.
No. I was actually I thought it was the books. I was like, why? The books had no lines up today for the ones that I wanted, which I was like, is it because they stopped caring? But yeah, I saw that Harper wasn't there. But no, remember I told you about the 0.6 with the batter's hyphen box last week?
Yeah.
With Shohei. Now I got the text from the founder developer Michael Montgomery because he always updates me with the stats and the trends with that number. So 70 games with at least a .6. Shohei Ohtani records a hit 84% of the time. 2 hits are over 1.5 H to the double R 79% of the time. 64% of the time over 1.5 bases. 56% of the time over 2.5 H to the double R. 47% of the time over 3 bases. 36% of the time 2 hits. 31% of the time homers. 21% of the time doubles.
Good grief.
Insane stats. Insane stats.
Unbelievable. Obviously, the NL MVP.
Oh, yeah. There's no argument there. But that's going back. Well, people are probably sick of hearing about the AL MVP and or just the MVP race overall. I'm more shocked there hasn't been more Schwarber dumper. There hasn't been more people coming out of the woodwork talking about Schwarber. It's the same
the way that they talk
argument.
About 100%.
Same argument.
It's the exact same argument. Schwarber has more RBI than anybody else in the league, right? Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure he leads the league in RBI.
Pretty sure.
He's got like 128 of them. Are you kidding me?
Let me see. I'll check. I'll fill you in after I check.
I think that's right. But
yeah, but I'm just shocked.
But I mean, Schwarber's a DH.
Third. Yeah, that's the other thing. You're going up against a guy that pitches and hits, and then you just hit.
Although Shohei won it last year as a DH.
That's another thing. How can Judge win it as a right fielder if Shohei got to win it as a
DH? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Just crap. It's just a load of crap. Now, I meant to go back and ask you about your Astros. Who are you worried about the Astros? Are you worried or who should be more concerned, I should say? The Astros or the Tigers?
Who should be more concerned? The Astros, I think. And it's sad, too, because the Astros basically play out the season versus the Athletics and the Angels. So they have 6 games of which should be easy matchups. The problem is that the Astros have been this way for a while. They play better versus teams that have a better than 500 record. They've always done that. It's weird. Minus the Mariners this week, because for whatever reason, I think that's a head case. So I think that they are in a worse spot. And also their pitching is just so ravaged. I know the Tigers pitching is what it is, but it's just so ravaged. Even Framber has been an absolute head case and disaster. And when your ace goes crazy, which he has, then you have a problem. So you still got Hunter Brown, but the rest of it you're piecing together with, God help us, Christian Javier pitches tonight. He can be really good, but he has a 51% fly ball rate. That can also get you into a lot of trouble really fast.
Yeah.
So, we got to do what we can, but we're piecing it together with people named Jason Alexander who give up.
Not George Costanza, the other guy.
Not George Costanza. No. That might have worked out better than Jason Alexander.
He's got good launch angle.
He gave up 7 runs in the first inning to the Mariners this week. So,
yeah.
Okay. And God bless them. Like, all these guys are doing the best they can. They're being put in a position that they weren't expected to be in this soon and this high of pressure, but it is what it is. So the Astros have more people on the injured list than any other team by a pretty fair margin. So yeah, I think the Astros definitely have more to worry about than the Tigers. But that being said, they're both in a bad spot.
Deep water. Yeah. They're in a tough spot.
They're in a bad spot.
Now, the other side over in the AL East, that's going to be real sweaty. We'll talk about the Yanks tonight in a second. But the Yankees have the 3rd easiest remaining schedule. They have the Orioles and the White Sox tonight. And then the Blue Jays have the Red Sox and I forgot who else they have. Can't think of the other team. But it's bad. They're a bad team. So that's going to be interesting. Oh, it's the Rays. They get the Red Sox and the Rays. That's 2 teams that are always going to be playing upset, especially the Red Sox fighting to stay in the postseason too.
Yep. Red Sox are fighting, and the Rays like to play spoiler. And the Rays have an ability to randomly be really good at the most unpredictable times and also stage great comebacks. Yeah. So, yeah, the whole thing, it is drama. It is drama this week. If you like drama, MLB's got it for you. And part of it is that because they implemented this ridiculous everybody makes the postseason practically policy.
Oh, God.
whatever. I can't.
Oh God.
We don't have to vent about that anymore. It is what it is.
No.
And supposedly it keeps people more interested, maybe, but it also rewards people that go on short-term hot streaks a lot more than it should. I've said my piece.
If you have the Guardians 5-1, you're kind of really liking this spot.
Yeah, you're okay with it.
All right, let's talk about the Yanks tonight. I am a fan. Yes, I'll get over it. I think they have to come out guns blazing would be an understatement. They need to be full throttle, foot through the bottom of the car. There's no more pedal. I love them in the first 5 tonight. Let's get into it. Number 1 rated offense today, according to Batters-Box. 6 elite rated hitters, 2 rated great. Top 10 offense over the last 2 weeks, rated top 10 in WRC plus, WOBA, ISO, OPS, walk rate, line drive rate, and hard hit rate. First place in barrel percentage over that span, taking on Shane Smith, as Jen mentioned earlier. Last 5 road games has a 6.20 ERA, 4.74 expected ERA, 2.19 home run per 9, and a 47% hard hit rate. 7 of the Yankees' 9 top-rated bats will bat from the left side if they're in the lineup. I'm just going off what I saw in Batters-Box. Last 60 lefties Shane Smith has faced, they have an expected batting average of 349, 711 expected slugging, 353 xWOBA, 62% hard hit rate, and a 13% barrel rate. Please, New York, show up. Everything is saying you're going to show up. You just have to do it. Yes, and I know Jen has a lot of thoughts.
I do have a lot of thoughts. Let me throw in one more. Shane Smith has allowed 13 home runs to left-handed batters this season. 10 of those home runs have been allowed on the road. To your point, we got a short fortune right tonight in the Bronx. We got a team that's fighting, that still has their eye on possibly having the AL East title. And that's why one of my favorite plays for tonight is actually for a Jazz Chisholm home run. I looked at the pitch mix for Smith. I think it's a good spot for Jazz. 4-1, decent value. So I actually would love to parlay Chisholm's home run and get a little bit more value as well, like a quarter unit. I was going to parlay him with Harbor. It was 17-1, but he's not in the lineup. But if you parlay him even with Schwarber, it's 15-1, maybe with Buxton. Just small play. I'm just saying, because I don't really like parlays, but this is the last thing or Tuesday of the regular season.
Yeah. I was like, you guys, chat. Jen has a couple home run parlays today brewed up that I was kind of shocked by, but also I was like, that's a really good price.
Not my usual. Yeah, that's the thing. And not my usual for the price. And so I'm just saying out there, I agree with you that the Yankees should do well tonight. The total for this one is what, 9? Or is it 8.5?
I never check. It is uno momento. Whoop, crap. It is sitting at right now best number 8.5. First 5 you can get 4.5 minus 125, minus 120 on the 8.5 over.
8.5. Yankees minus 1.5 is minus 108. Yeah, Yankees are going to be just fine.
Hopefully. I'm sitting right now with a Yankees AL East ticket plus 475.
Nice.
That would make my life. It would make me feel a lot better about my terrible futures that are on this list.
It's possible. As you mentioned, the Boston Red Sox, not favored today. No. However, not favored today. But they have a lot to play for. And when teams have a lot to play for, you never know what can happen. Do I love Lucas Giolito? No, but he actually hasn't. He has been good.
He has. He's been actually lights out good for his talent level. Lights out good. Yeah.
And he's gone on streaks like this before. I don't know if you remember. I guess it's been 3 or 4 years ago now. But remember,
he was on the White Sox.
Yeah, it was good for
I don't think it was a national commercial, or was it? Where it was a worst pitcher in baseball. I mean, then
he was like the worst pitcher in baseball that went to the best pitcher, kind of like a Robbie Ray story.
Yeah, tight pants Robbie Ray.
That was Lucas Giolito, so he has it in there if he can dig deep enough. So there is hope. I definitely think that I would rather be playing the White Sox than the Red Sox.
Yeah. and then having to get the Orioles after that. I think it's interesting that both teams, Blue Jays and Yankees, are home the remainder of the season. That'll be interesting. See how much each team takes advantage of being at home.
Yes, that will be interesting. Obviously, the most interesting thing to me always is the way that the parks play. So, Yankees, you got those left-handed bats, and then you've got Giancarlo Stanton, who can hit it no matter where. Yeah. Toronto is a great ballpark for home runs as well. So it will be up to pitchers to really be on their opposing pitchers are going to have to be on their game.
Mm-hmm.
Can't make
now
mistakes.
I teased it. People are definitely itching to know what your other home run parlay is. So please tell them about your 15-1 nuke missile parlay.
Okay, is this my Carlos Correa plus Shohei Ohtani parlay?
Yes.
Yes.
That is an insane price.
That's an insane price. So we don't have to go over much more about Ohtani because Colby already reviewed the Ohtani stats.
The trends.
He's in a great
spot.
Plus
it's Ohtani.
As always, because it's Ohtani. So it's Ohtani. And the winds are blowing out a little bit and it's warm tonight. So that always helps. So Ohtani. Correa has been hitting so much better since he came to the Astros. He hits well versus lefties. Jeffrey Springs has allowed, hold on, let me look up my exact stats here. Jeffrey Springs has allowed the 10th most home runs this year. He has a 45% fly ball rate. We know that's a home run friendly ballpark. Basically, It's a Little League stadium up there. It's a bandbox. And Correa only has 13 home runs this year, I believe it is, 13 or 14. It would be 21 if all his games were played in Sacramento. So, yeah, that's a big difference. Yeah. So we're getting some value there for Correa. And then Ohtani is just Ohtani. So you just play Ohtani. He's an auto play. So that you can put that together at 15-1 because you can't get any value just playing Ohtani at plus 160.
No, there's a 230 or better out there. I went loco and put Jazz, Ohtani, and Correa together, and I got 92-36. Boosted.
Okay.
So I'll be sweating that out.
We're retiring. We're done.
I only put, for transparency, I only put $2 on it to win 186.
That's a lot. That's good.
Yeah, responsibly, people. These are nukes. I also have never won a home run parlay, so I never put anything. I never do it. I like doing them all straight.
I never do it. I rarely do it. I rarely do it. But I did do it, I think maybe 5 times this year, and I won 2 of them. So here's the key. Do it at Wrigley when the winds are blowing out. Wrigley winds blowing out. Easy. Easy.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. If I was to parlay every hitter I looked at and just said, I'm going to be on him, every hitter that I was like looking to bet on, I would have probably been able to retire because it was like 5 guys.
Yeah.
It was like Trevor Larnach, Matt Wallner, Colson Montgomery, and somebody else. Yeah, all 5-1 at least. Yeah. And if I put $5 on it, I would have been able to like take a week off without even worrying about anything.
But you can't play like that, And I get so sick of all these betting accounts. Like, they hit one parlay. They've played 4,000 of them, and they finally hit one day, and they're like, "I'm the greatest bettor." This is not a way to make money. The way to make money is to take those small calculated edges all along the way. But there is a place occasionally for a home run parlay or something. If you just want to have fun, as long as you understand this is a tiny, tiny lotto ticket.
Yeah.
Tiny lotto ticket.
100%. I'm all for responsible betting. I'm so much of a straight diehard that I never look to parlay. And I always say you can parlay hits, get 2 guys at even money or better. That's a great price for guys to have the floor.
So that's one way I do like to parlay. So I've started doing this with NFL season. We actually hit one last night, Shark Bets. I sent out to my Shark Bets clients. I was like, this game has a game total of 54.5. This is football, I know. But that means there's going to be a lot of offense. That means we all love to bet overs on player props. Who are the players that are going to do well? Well, obviously it's going to be Sam Laporta. Obviously it's going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. Obviously it's going to be Amon Ra. Obviously Lamar's going to rush. And obviously Derrick Henry's going to score a touchdown. That's what my head said. So I'm like, all right, just take everybody's props down a little bit. So even if they don't make the line, good. And we got like paid plus 320 for these 5 legs to hit. And it felt easy. Now, that is just basically taking like when you like a lot of guys and you can kind of bring down the levels and put it together and build your own parlay. Don't take those parlays that are pre-made at the sportsbook, guys.
No, those are the biggest scams.
Do that.
Taylor Lewan yesterday posted out, need this like air. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure you did? Sure. Now, speaking of value, we're going to go to the late night game because, yeah, it does scream scammy. Even though they sometimes hit, so I just never take them. They're just a joke. But I will say this, and I know Jen will agree. If they're doing a baseball promo, they don't know what they're talking about. So there was one I regret not taking. They boosted Cal's home run to like 3-1. I was like, that's a really good price, but I don't really feel like betting Cal today. Of course, he homers. Of course. But 3-1.
He is the greatest catcher of all time and the 2025 MVP.
That's 100% true. Now, speaking of another catcher, this value is just insane to me. And I was waiting for it all day because I saw it was at a half somewhere, but I couldn't get because the books wouldn't come out with it because they didn't know who was going to pitch. This is insane. 169. I understand he's in Seattle, but let me just rattle off these numbers. 0 for 4 Sunday. Last 7 days, though, 320, 440 slugging, 810 OPS. Takes on Bryce Miller. Last 30 righties Bryce has faced. 70% hard contact, 12% barrel rate. Those hitters have a 383 expected batting average, 680 expected slugging, 329 xWOBA. 100% of his pitches are below league average, and Hunter Goodman is doing very well against those pitches. Plus 169 I had to be on, and then I boosted the home run to 160 or 173 or 673, excuse me.
I like that very much. I was looking like at the top line of that, like the pitching matchup and whatever. And I was like, oh, there's got to be a ton of plays here, but I just didn't have enough time to dig it. There were so many things going on. I didn't have enough time to dig. So, and I thought in my mind went, you should probably check Hunter Goodman. And then I never got back to it. And
they're going to be playing spoiler this entire week.
No, I hope they do. Please.
Let's see if this is the best price. It should be. That should be the best price. Because some books, because everywhere has it at minus 160 for getting him to get a hit. That is a great price.
Yeah.
Go out. If you want to pay some juice for a guy to do the floor, minus 160 for Hunter Goodman to get a hit is a great price. Also, you could just parlay him with, I don't know, my other play, Riley Green. Oh, I forgot his basis price. Whoops. 1 sec. It's 140.
I'm going to guess. I was going to guess 135, 140.
140 is an insane price. I don't think I was able to put it up. Let me double check. Yeah, 140. That's an insane price as well. 140. Riley Green also in another great spot, taking on Gavin Williams. The price is insane. You can take the H to the double R if you want the cushion. But in 56 elite ratings this season, Riley Green records a hit 60% of the time, 2 hits 31% of the time. Over this prop of his bases 45% of the time, hits a home run 25% of the time, and 29 elite ratings on the road, goes over his bases nearly 48% of the time. Hashtag value, the price. Great price for that. Gavin Williams is dominating Riley Green in his career. Green is 0 for 11 against Williams. That doesn't matter to me at all. He's due for something eventually. Williams has a poor average hitter matchup, ISO, ground ball percentage. Last 60 lefties faced, 67% hard contact, 18% barrel rate. Hitters have a 469 expected batting average, 1291 X slugging, and a 363 WOBA. He's due for regression because all season long, Gavin Williams has been really well against lefties. All those numbers are saying he shouldn't be as good as he is. So I think Riley Green is the reason why the Tigers have any amount of success tonight.
And we expect them to try. They have a lot on them.
Even though I need the Guardians to win.
Even though you need the Guardians to win. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I need both of them to lose, and that's impossible. So I'll just root with you. Why not?
Yeah. Or you need the Mariners to lose.
Or I need the Mariners to lose a lot. Like everything.
I would love that.
Every game.
I would love that. Every game going forward would be fantastic.
Easier things have happened.
Very true. Very true. Oh, let's see. What's Sean? Oh, let's keep talking about your favorite team. You have a Walker prop, Mr. Christian Walker.
I do have a Christian Walker prop. So again, I'm just basically playing the ballpark here and the fact that we've got a guy who likes to give up home runs, who struggles at his home ballpark because it's a bandbox. Like anybody can hit a home run there. A high fly ball rate, 45% high fly ball rate. Christian Walker is actually really good versus left-handed hitters. This is something, people look at the 220 batting average, frustrating. I got it. But he is batting 280 with 14 RBI versus lefties since the All-Star break. And when he's got runners in scoring position, he's batting 368. Wow. So I do expect the Astros to be able to get on base ahead of Walker. He should be batting cleanup. That's my expectation. I'm not sure. But we'll see. So I like that RBI price for plus 140. His home run is valued at only like plus 275 or something. So the books think he's going to hit a home run. So if he does, I'm going to take the RBI price. I'd rather just take the RBI price, which I think is value at plus 140. He's hitting him behind, Altuve, who's been hot lately, Correa. So
who we think is going to hold
like that. Again, for these, I'm not spending a lot tonight. I'm kind of dividing up my units, like a half a unit here, a quarter unit here. I just want to play a lot of plus money tonight. I'm playing plus money in this Phillies game, even without Bryce Harper. It's just too good of value. It's too good.
We got a lot of Philly fans in chat, so just let it rip.
Oh, let's go. Okay, so we got Bryson Stott to have 2 or more bases is plus 180. Harrison Bader to have 2 or more bases is plus 135. You can get Bryson Stott for over 1.5 hits, runs, RBI for plus 120. At least you could a few hours ago. I don't know if that's moved. So I know that Edward Cabrera looks like he has a nice ERA, but here's the deal. He's been on the injured list. This is going to be his first start back since August 30th, and we know he's going to be limited. There's no way they're going to leave him out there a long time. So then that means the Marlins bullpen is going to take over. Are you ready for this? No team has allowed more home runs this month than the Marlins bullpen. They've allowed 15 home runs in September. So we got the Phillies, who are incredible when they're at home. They just own their home games. I know Bryce isn't playing tonight, but Bryson Stott, let me give you some Bryson Stott stats lately. He's been batting 339 with 34 bases across his last 17, including 3 home runs, not really known as a power guy, but he's a speed guy and he's fast. So he can get doubles. And also he's been good at home versus righties. And then Bader, we know he's been crushing righties and he's batting 338 versus righties at home. He's batting 363 with 3 home runs this month. So yes, I am riding the hot hand. I'm riding the home advantage. And I'm assuming that Edward Cabrera is not going to be 100%, that they will have to go to their bullpen and the Phillies are going to remain frisky. So for those values.
And they're at home.
And they're at home. So for those values, plus 180, plus 130, split a unit between those two. If you lose it, I'm sorry. But if you only win one of them, you're still up.
Yeah, so, or take them both to get a hit. You'll probably get really good odds.
Yeah, you probably will. I couldn't believe that Stott was – I get it that Stott bats toward the bottom of the lineup. So he's going to have 1 fewer at bat.
What's his hit? I need to know what his hit is now.
But still, he's actually batting 8th instead of 9th, I think, since no Harper. So maybe you get another –
Stott's hit tonight is, I thought it was going to be way better than this. Minus 162. You can get a better price for Hunter Goodman to get a hit against Bryce Miller, who has no pitch above league average. None. They all suck. Insane. Insane. That's so weird to me. I understand that he's on the road. He's not in Coors, blah, 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 blah. Coors is awesome, by the way, folks. Go see it. You have one last play in the Dodger game we forgot to mention. Another RBI.
I'm big RBI girl. I forget which ones I even sent to you. This is my
big RBI gal tonight. Mookie.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big RBI girl. Mookie Betts 1 RBI plus 165. So let me give you everything I wrote down about Mookie. He has 20 RBI in his last 19. So he's batting behind Ohtani. I'm kind of imagining Ohtani's going to hit a home run for us, right? And then his next at bat, they're going to walk him.
Yes.
Then we'll face him, right? He's going to be there. Mookie's going to have the opportunities.
Just hits a gapper. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just for plus 165. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is all about
Situation.
value. Again, you could play Mookie over 1.5 bases, but that's like minus 130. He is so hot right now.
Home run 675.
He's ridiculous. He's in a ridiculous. Freddie Freeman is also a decent play tonight. Max Muncy's a decent play tonight. There's a lot of but Brandon Pfaadt, okay? Brandon Pfaadt, I'm not a fan.
Hot.
I know
He's
everybody else is, but he likes to give up home runs. It's the same thing. He's home run prone. And I know he's better at home. I've heard all that. But then you get the Diamondbacks bullpen. Diamondbacks bullpen is atrocious. So Mookie Betts plus 165. Yes, I am an RBI girl tonight. I don't want to play. You know, we got a week left of regular season, you guys. Like, you got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah. Get all the plus money that you can. Also, don't forget, this is the wildest thing we've locked in today.
Wildest.
That one, don't go too crazy because it's already crazy as it is.
Yeah. But if it hits, you'll obviously see this clip replayed on.
I'll be screaming. Yeah, I'll be screaming. I will be howling at the moon. What else we got? Is there anything else we're missing, Jen? I feel like
I don't know.
We got everything off our chest.
I was looking a little bit at Joe Adell tonight. I know nobody's been good for the Angels, but the matchup is decent for him. He hits lefties better than righties. He's better at home. You know, Reagans, I don't trust him. He only lasted a couple innings in his last outing. The bullpen could take over here with favorable hitting conditions. I'm just talking value-wise. Again, I didn't put this on my official play, but just so you know, 2 earned bases plus 125 and RBI plus 165. He has 14 across his last 17. So I'm just putting it out there. Angels kind of suck. I'm just putting it out there.
I leaned with Soto today, and then I looked outside, and I was like, probably not the best time to back somebody in Wrigley. But
yeah, wind is blowing in today at Wrigley.
The prices are insane.
Like $570 for Soto, right? I know.
You get to alt his bases to 1.5 at plus money. You can get the play that never loses for some reason, his H to the double R at $1.05. And it's a great matchup.
Yeah, I think I would take that.
I'm going to regret not being on it. I know for a fact. Because if I am on it, I will be right that I shouldn't have been on it.
Right. That's how it works. Every single time to me, I'll write down like 8 plays, right? And then I'll pick 3 of them and I'll send them out to my Shark Bets. Send them an audio or make them a video, whatever it goes to their phone. And then for whatever reason, say those don't hit. Then in that case,
the other
every single one of the other ones hits. Every one.
It's always. That's why you just got to take them all, as they say. And then, hate that. 575. What is it? 563 for the nuke for Soto with 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing in.
It's tough because Wrigley is one of the most weather-dependent ballparks. Like if you see that the wind is blowing out in the Giants stadium,
that doesn't mean anything.
Matter. It means nothing.
It doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
But if
because it just warps it together or whatever.
It's just like winds are blowing out. Ooh, hitters get favorable conditions. No, there is no favorable condition for hitting in San Francisco. Actually,
none.
But in Wrigley, there is a massive swing between winds in and winds out. That's why I said, like, if you want to play a home run parlay and you see the winds are blowing out and there's a total of like 12.5, 13, just try it because they're going to be flying. And like Cardinals, Cubs, it's such a good game anytime they're playing. It's a little bit with Busch Stadium too, but mostly with Wrigley. And when the winds are blowing in, it suppresses offense.
It does. It does.
A lot. The Rays also really good when you have good weather because they have that, humidity. and short porch and
Sacramento too.
Sacramento too, yeah. And tonight, I guess Sacramento like totals at 10, which means no wind. I'm assuming just that it's warm.
Yeah, it's
because otherwise you'd be like 11.5, 12. I would think, because Christian Javier's got a 51% fly ball rate, and what's his butt? Jeffrey Springs, 45.5%. You know, it's the butt episode. You know it is.
Swansky, I am with you. I don't think I'm touching Soto. I think I'd rather regret it. I think I'd rather regret it just based on the weather. It's gray. It was raining earlier. I don't know what it's going to be like in north side of Wrigley, but I'm not taking Soto. I'll be riding the other two guys that I have, being Mr. Riley Green, also known as Jake Hassan, and the actual dumper of the night, Hunter Goodman. Those odds, nuts. And then praying that I somehow win the AL East. Praying. And it starts today.
I'm in on the Yankees today.
And I need the Red Sox to come through.
Red Sox. That's possible.
I need the Red Sox to come through, bring down those wins, or bring in those losses. Also, you're on Jazz tonight.
Yeah, I am on Jazz tonight. I'm on Jazz tonight. Lefty, good matchup. Let's go.
Yep.
Shane Smith. Yeah.
Well, we have 5 minutes until the W. Jen, the floor is yours. Let the people know where they can find you, keep up with you. Let the people.
You can find me at Jen Piacenti, spelled there on your screen, on Twitter, on Instagram. You can download my app, which is called Shark Bets. It's in the App Store, Google Play, or iOS. Download there, free for 30 days. You get all my plays. I send them to you via audio or video, kind of like a TikTok for sports betting. And that's it. That's where you can find me. And occasionally popping in here now and then, or Sirius. Last week I was on Sirius XM. I'm a host for Sirius XM Radio too. So I pop around and you'll see me guest hosting on shows there too on Sirius XM. So yeah, follow my social media and then you can find me. If you have any questions, you can ask me anything. We got 4 minutes.
Chat. Anything you got for Jen, shoot it. Everyone's just screaming, Jen's the best. We agree. Jen is the best. I'm trying. Oh, there was one thing you mentioned earlier that I don't know if I mentioned last week, is how we talked about the books don't know how to price anything. The only time I think they know is when somebody's probably going to hit a home run because they overcompensate and drop those odds like a ton. You mentioned a ton. You mentioned Christian Walker's like 230 today. I know that's not his usual price. I know for a fact that's not his usual price.
It's not. And I noticed that after I bet the RBI, and I was like, okay, yeah, definitely sticking with the RBI. Because if they dropped his home run that much, where he's basically one of the two favorites to hit a home run tonight, then I'm definitely, they do know the home run. I think that's the one that they lose the most money on, maybe. So that's why they look a little closer at that one. But they're terrible at RBI and even bases props. I mean, I got plus money on Sunday. I sent this message out late on Saturday night to my Shark Bets because I couldn't believe it. On Sunday, I looked and it was plus 115 for Juan Soto to have 2 bases. So Saturday night, I see this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Plus 115 for 2 bases for Juan Soto? I can't even remember who.
He's on fire.
But it was something ridiculous. It was somebody ridiculous. It was, I can't remember what the matchup was, but it was like absurd. And so I was like, get it now. And then everybody's like watching their football bets, and I'm over here watching Soto smack a double. And I'm like, yes.
It's still going on. People forget. You got to have that extra screen.
Yeah.
You got to have the extra screen. No, earlier in the year, I was able to cash, humble brag, Judge to have 2 home runs when he was in Sacramento. His home run that day was 115. I was like, I'm not betting that. I'll bet the 2. Like, it was 9-1. I go, that's still a terrible price, but 100 just sounds like 1,000% he's homering.
Yes, 100%. You know what I think they should do? I mean, like, I know you can never have this, but do you ever have those days where you pick a touchdown prop or a home run prop, and then the guy has 2 or 3 home runs? Yep. I feel like you should be able to put like some kind of an option, like you buy an insurance option where you get paid, you invest a little more, but you get paid double or triple if he hits more than 1 home run.
That would be sick.
I think that'd be such a fun way. I don't know how you do it, but
I cashed it, and then people were like, "Who's gonna hit 2 home runs again?" I go, "I don't know." Asking for 2? Like sometimes they don't even hit it to the last at bat. Like how am I supposed to guess that? It's tough. I don't really have a feel for it. I think I've only bet it 3 more times after the fact.
I don't think I've ever bet 2 home runs ever.
It's not worth it. In my opinion, it's not worth it. You're getting insane. You're getting the 15-1 odds. It's insane. But I don't think it's worth it. But we have 10 seconds before the W goes off. Janet, always a pleasure talking to you. Always a blast hearing your insights because we have the same brain. Always an amazing Tuesday. I hope everyone cashes all their plays. I will post mine out in a moment. But don't go anywhere. We got WNBA chatter coming right up. See you guys. Have a good one.
What's going on, everybody? Hour number 3 right here on the Betting News Network. Excited to have you with us right here on the W. Hope you guys enjoyed the last 2 hours of content that just came at you live in the last hour with Mr. Colby Marcio and his special guest talking baseball. But we're here with you live. That's Kate Constable. My name is Sweatpan Jesus. Stoked to have you guys here. Kate, hello. Happy Tuesday.
Hello.
How you doing? Hello.
I'm good. I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen you, but it's a week. Every Tuesday.
Know. Well, I know. It's like the week goes by. I don't see you over the weekend. We got a lot of content for football and stuff. We kind of chatter a little bit, but I don't actually see your face. So it's nice to see you. Did you have a nice weekend?
I did. It was fairly weekends are busy just with shows that I do elsewhere. And so they're fairly anticlimactic. It's kind of like Saturday, college football. Then I get up early, like 5 a.m. Sunday mornings for NFL. And so it's a lot of just laying on the couch Saturday night, not really doing a whole lot, but it's good.
It's one of those things when you work. I mean, we're lucky to work in sports, right? Like that's a dream job. We love it so much. But it is one of those things where like the weekends are pretty much revolve around watching / talking about sports. And like you don't really have necessarily like the really proper weekend situation. Like my weekend is technically today and tomorrow. Like those are the days that I don't have like an active show or I'm a little less busy. Yeah. But again, I'm not complaining. It's just the schedule changes around it, right?
It's not your typical weekends.
No.
Weekends, but it's all good and it's fun. You're gonna talk about.
Vibes are high. We're talking sports, baby. Yeah, I know. You actually go follow Kate if you haven't already. She does some cool content over the weekends. If you guys want to get involved, you can go watch her show leading you up to kickoff, and then you can flip over and watch our show leading you up to kickoff. It's like 6 hours of football chatter on Sundays, which is dope. But it's perfect. Yeah. And today's been a huge news day. We're going to talk about a couple things in the WNBA, obviously, but across the whole spectrum, all over the place. We got Jackson Dart starting for the Giants. The Titans have changed their offensive coordinator. We got the news about Mateer getting injured in college football. So big news day all across everywhere, which you guys talked about it, I'm sure, some on the old college try with
we talked about Mateer. I mean, Mateer's Heisman odds. He was my favorite to win the Heisman. I had a ticket on him, and that you can rip that ticket up because if he misses the next month, like he's just out of the running. Yeah, which sucks. And Oklahoma has some tough games coming up too, which they could have used him. And so tough blow for Oklahoma. But that's sports. I mean, even this weekend over in the NFL, how many players do we have with season-ending injuries? I mean, like Bosa's out. Najee Harris is out for the season now. There's a couple other ones.
Eckler from last week.
So
Jaden Daniels looking questionable again. Yeah, it's just we're at that point. Can you believe it's already week 5 of college football and we're going into week 4 of the NFL?
I know.
Like,
it flies by. Yeah,
it does. And we're actually getting to the nitty gritty down in the WNBA season. We're in the second round of the playoffs, the round before the finale of the season. So we're going to swing and talk about that now. Before we kind of jump into these games, we had a couple coaches that got fired. Obviously, Noah Quinn got fired by the Seattle Storm earlier. Was it late end of last week, beginning of, I can't remember which day it was, but the last week or so she got fired. And then it came out today, which after that weird interaction, after Liberty got eliminated, and then that weird interaction in the press conference between her and Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu with them getting asked about it, which was really funky looking.
Yeah.
So, the Liberty announced today that Sandy Brondello is not going to be coming back as the head coach for the New York Liberty. I mean, the Noah Quinn one, we kind of talked about it with Flo last week, and he had a good point about that.
That wasn't shocking at all.
No, that one made sense. I mean, unfortunately, I think she's a good coach, and I'm sure she'll probably find a job somewhere else. But I think the time had come in that situation. But this Brondello situation, really weird. What do you kind of think about it as like a follower of the league for so long? Do you think that she deserved to get the can?
No, I thought it was very strange. And based on the reaction in the press conference of Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu, like they were kind of like, "What? Why are you even asking us this? This is not happening." Right. It feels very parallel to Thibodeau getting fired by the Knicks. Like takes him to the Eastern Conference Finals, wins a ton of games, most in franchise history, and then the next season has a down year and gets canned. And I mean, Sandy Brondello brought the Liberty their very first ever championship last year. This season, it's also weird because like they had a lot of injuries this year. It's a lot of stuff that was out of her control. John Cole Jones was out for a lot. Stewie was out for a little bit. So he tweaked her knee in the last series. Like, I don't think it was necessarily her fault or poor coaching that caused this team not to go back to back this year. So I think it's very strange. Don't really understand it. Maybe it's a New York thing. Like the pressure gets turned up in New York. But I was shocked to see that. And I'm not quite sure what the Liberty are doing over there.
I posted about it that we live in a society now, which is so recent. Like, what have you done for me lately? The way that things happen. And I know it works in sports across all sports, and the spectrum is your leash is very short, depending unless you're Mike Thomas, I guess. But
I mean, even Mike Gundy getting fired today. Like he's been there 21 years. He's won a ton. He has a terrible stretch last year, loses a couple games this year, and all of a sudden he's gone. And maybe that one was more warranted, at least more warranted than this Brondello one. But it is just what have you done for me lately type of thing.
The Thibodeau comparison is very good, except the only caveat to that is Tom Thibodeau didn't win the Knicks a championship, whereas they are coming directly off of a championship from the Liberty. And like, as you mentioned, like it didn't seem like the locker room was dysfunctional. It seemed like they were all happy. It seemed like they were all ready to run it back and just go back into it again. And they just ran into, a good team, and they weren't healthy enough to take them down. So I don't know. It feels funky. I feel like that whoever ends up getting her, I saw some chatter today that maybe she goes to the West Coast and she goes to the Storm, which would be interesting. Yeah. I mean, we think we both agree that roster looks like they could go and compete for a championship next year, maybe adding a piece or two. But she could also maybe, and this is just my fantastical brain thinking about this. You got 2 expansion teams coming in this season. We saw how successful the Valkyries were and what they were able to do. Imagine a championship pedigree coach with a little bit of fire under her ass after getting fired, wanting to go into a new get to create her own culture, bring in some players that she likes with the expansion draft. Maybe Stewie or Ionescu wants to go play on the West Coast. Both of them were West Coast type players. Maybe they want to go and play in the West Coast. I don't know. I'm sure that she's going to find herself somewhere. She's not just going to go do nothing, I would imagine.
No, she'll be in the league again next season. It's just where. And I mean, we haven't had a whole lot of coaching turnover this year. Teams that didn't make the playoffs, like I don't know, were there any firings? Connecticut would be the one I can think of, but they didn't have anything. Like that one would be warranted. Chicago's keeping their head coach in Marsh. They've already come out and said that. So there aren't a whole lot of options. So I think possibly the best option would be an expansion team because she'd have a lot of control over starting that organization.
100%. And again, you get to see the Valkyries is a little bit of a standalone and how well they were able to come in, in year one. But it shows you can, especially with the expansion draft aspect of things, you can get some players, leagues growing in depth, and we talked about before. So anyway, it's just crazy to see that today. The Noah Quinn situation, tiny bit different, but lots of moving parts. And then we also can talk a little bit about what we saw in game ones, which Mercury and the Lynx was a little bit more expectations. The Lynx took care of business. The game was a little closer, and then kind of the Lynx ran away with it later. But I mean, that Fever game was insane. The Fever came out and absolutely just smacked the Aces in the face. Asia Wilson off of her MVP, which was awesome. And then they went down in game 1, which puts a lot of pressure on them in game 2. What was your kind of takeaway from both of these game 1 games?
I was surprised by the result of the Fever Aces, and not necessarily like that the Fever won. They played the Aces really well throughout the regular season. And so I knew they would come in with like the confidence that they could win that game. It's just going on the road is tough. And not only did they play well, their defense played well, which to me has not exactly been like the calling card for Indiana this season. It's more so like their offense can get hot, but they held the Aces under 20 points in every quarter, which I think was very impressive. They also held Asia Wilson only 16 points, which sounds like a lot, but it's not compared to what she's been putting up, which is why she won MVP. So she's coming off that award and then has an okay. I mean, she was 6 of 22. Like, that's not good at all.
No.
Did have 13 rebounds. That's not too shabby, but just impressed at how the Fever, even coming off of their upset series win over the Dream, like sometimes that can be a little bit of a letdown. You go on the road, but they really carried that momentum over. So I don't think that's going to continue tonight. I think we'll have a different outcome tonight. And then, yeah, I mean, for the Lynx and Mercury, kind of what we expected. I thought this one would maybe be a little bit closer, but it was really the second half that Minnesota just completely ran away with it. Like the Mercury were up at half by 6-7, and they looked like the better team. And then it was just Minnesota second half. I mean, they're so good at home. They only lost 3 home games all season long. So like, it's going to be tough to take Minnesota down at home and play a full, complete game against them.
If Courtney Williams plays like she did in game 1, which she kind of took over that game in the second half, that this team is really difficult to beat because you know what you get with Collier, right? And we've talked about this with Courtney Williams. And I think that she is the X factor, in my opinion, on if she plays like that, they're going to win a championship just because of what they do defensively, what you have to deal with guarding Collier and McBride too, obviously. But Courtney Williams, when she gets in that zone, it's just so hard. It's hard to cover. And I think that's what we saw in game 1. We'll see how that translates to game 2. I had just one thing to mention about the Fever Aces game, which you talked about. And this is a little bit of a sprinkle, and I'm not going to convince you. I'll just say it that I've got it in the slips, and then you can decide what you want to do. But I just am so impressed with what Kelsey Mitchell has done in the back half of the season for the Fever and going into the playoffs. Do I think that they have a chance to compete to possibly win a championship? They're the last 4 teams, so of course they do, but probably not. They're probably going to end up losing this series to the Aces. However, if they get past the Aces and they get into the finals, and it's a best of 7, and anybody can do anything on any given Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Kelsey Mitchell is plus 3,000 right now to win the finals MVP. Now, I'm not saying that I think that the Aces or the Fever are going to go and win a championship. But if the Fever end up competing for a championship and get there and they somehow get the job done, Kelsey Mitchell's winning the MVP, regardless of whatever happens in the finals, I think, because of how well she's been playing.
Yeah.
I got a cup of coffee on it. I think the value is really nice. It will totally shift around if the Aces do end up dropping this series to the Fever, and Kelsey Mitchell has a big part to do with that. So do with that information what you will. I think there's value in that finals MVP market just because of, Nafisha Collier's the betting favorite. I think Asia is at +2, almost plus or 3-1, plus 300-ish as well. So if you think there's another team that can compete with the Lynx, which you got 3 other options right now, and they're all cream of the crop at this point, I think there's some value in that finals MVP market, even though we're not to the finals yet. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I can't argue with that at all. I really can't. And I think there's a shot, like there's a world where the Fever do upset the Aces. Their win streak now has been snapped. I mean, they lost 1 to the Storm. Is that a thing? Yeah. So like it's been snapped, but like, maybe some of those mid-season, early season woes pop up here and there, and that can't happen in the postseason against a Fever team they're playing with house money. Like no one expects them to win at all. So all the pressure is on the Aces. I saw a video on social going around of someone asking WNBA players, like, who's the toughest player to guard in the league? And everyone said Kelsey Mitchell because she's so quick. That was the consensus across the board. And she played phenomenal in that game 1, 34 points. I considered fading her tonight under 20. I didn't do it. I considered it, just knowing that like if the Aces are going to win this game, you got to shut down. You can't allow Kelsey Mitchell to have 34. But at what do you say, 300-1? I think that's certainly a good coffee cup bet and has hedging potential if they make it to the playoffs. So like, why not?
Yeah, if they make it to the finals. I mean, 30-1 right now.
Yeah,
you're good. 30-1. I mean, just again, Alyssa Thomas is 20-1. Both of those players would be the MVP most likely if either one of those teams end up winning a championship. So you're getting good value either way. That's crazy isn't it? One thing before we jump into these games, and you're obviously a huge NBA person too, so you'll appreciate this, and I'm sure chat will too. when the NBA Finals, what did we get to watch? A Cinderella run from a team from Indiana that played at this Crady Arena, going on a run, getting to the finals, led by their, rugged, a fast-paced, fun point guard that got them there in the end. Now we're watching another team in Indiana that plays in the same situation that could end up facing up with the best team in the entire WNBA all season. The team not from necessarily from Oklahoma City, but a team from Minnesota that has one of the best players.
Midwest team.
A Midwestern team. Yeah, there you go. I'm painting the picture. I'm trying. But it could be one of those storybook things that gets you there in the end. I mean, obviously the Thunder end up getting the job done in Game 7, but who knows?
I mean,
we'll find out. I'm just creating drama for you, chat. We'll see.
It would also just be crazy if the Fever did make it there without Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Because everyone, including myself, said, okay, she's out for the season. This team's not winning. They're not. And I mean, I'm on record saying that so many times, and they've proven a lot of people wrong, even beating the Dream. Like that, the Dream were a tough team. So I think it'd be really cool. And yeah, the parallels there. I also love watching Tyrese Halliburton at these games. Like he's just losing his mind on the sidelines. That's so fun.
So dope. So awesome. I mean, he's been supporting this team since when they were
the entire time. Yeah. He's not just a bandwagon Fever fan. He and Caitlin are really good friends. His girlfriend, Caitlin's boyfriend, the four of them all hang out together. His fiance now, I should say. But yeah. So he's been around.
It's been fun. But let's get into it for tonight. We've got two big games, game 2s on the docket. Let's go to the first one, taking on this the first game on the schedule. The Mercury taking on the Lynx. So let you kind of tee this one up, and then we can talk about a little bit what we like on either side here.
Yeah, so Minnesota favored by 7.5. Total has been climbing, which is surprising to me. If anything, I would have taken a under, but it's up to 159.5, gone up a couple points. I like the Mercury in this one. Not to win outright. I think they just cover. I think Minnesota goes up 2-0 with how dominant they've been at home all season. But I think this Mercury team is too good that they're not going to shoot. What did they shoot? Like 13% from deep in game 1. I don't see that repeating itself. Yeah, they were 3 of 23. They're not a dominant 3-point shooting team, not one of the better ones in the league, but there's some positive regression coming that way. Everything else, this game was pretty close. I mean, I mentioned that the Mercury were up at halftime in this one. So I think they're able to hang within this number. 7.5 in the playoffs is a lot. Especially like zigzag theory. You can throw that in there if you want to, but like going down 0-2, even though the Mercury would be going back home, still not a place that anyone wants to be. So I think we get the best effort out of Phoenix tonight.
No, I love it. I'm with you on this. I have this booked as well. It got 7.5. I got -110. This line's actually dropped now at 6.5. So we did see a point move between you and I talked about this about an hour and a half ago. And it's moved in that point in just the last little bit. I'm with you. I think that they keep this within the number. Do I think they win? Probably not. The Lynx are very good at home, as you mentioned, and I think that they probably have a chance to go up 2-0 in this situation. And chat, just as a reminder, this is a best of 5, so this is not a best of 7. So 2-0 lead is you're then on death row. So they're going to come out with some fire tonight. Whether that leads to a victory, I don't know. I lean with you on that one, which is why I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm taking Alyssa Thomas over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. She was great in game 1. Scoring the basketball, too. Her points is always a sweat just because her jumper is just so janky to watch. It's broken, but it works. She gets to the line, too, and obviously she can push the tempo. She does a little bit of everything for this team. You guys know how much we love AT around here. She was so good this entire season. I just think that she's going to have to play like a superstar in this game. If you are of the frame of mind that like Kate and I are, that the Mercury are going to cover in this game, then AT is probably going to have to flirt with the triple double and have close to 20 points for that to happen on the road. So I like AT in this spot. Don't hate the triple double sprinkle if you want to go that direction too. I think that the Mercury keep it close, like you said. What's your kind of thinking on the Lynx side of things with Collier? Didn't really have to be fantastic in game 1. Courtney Williams obviously was fantastic. What you think about the Lynx side?
She really didn't. I like Collier's rebounds. Trying to figure out a way to back her without backing the points, because Minnesota does have, as they showed in that game 1, a couple different players that can light it up. And Collier's not afraid of giving up some of her scoring opportunities if one of her teammates is hot. but the rebounds are always going to continue to be there for Collier. So 7.5, I think that's a decent number. Plus, the Mercury are not a very good rebounding team. And so they're giving up almost 40 rebounds per game in the playoffs. That's the worst mark of any team throughout the playoffs. They're also allowing almost 30 rebounds to opposing forwards. That's 11 more than the next closest team. So the stats of how Phoenix rebounds led me to Collier over her rebound prop tonight. She had 9 in that game 1. So, I mean, not going over this mark by a wide margin, but I certainly think she could finish with that same number, maybe double digits. So going to play that angle for Collier versus points or anything like that.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I looked at this too. I like her boards line. Makes a bunch of sense, like what you're talking about. I don't hate her points either. 21 and a half.
I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with that. You can't ever go wrong with Alyssa Thomas. Like those players, you could bet those every night and feel confident.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now in the playoff situation. Like, we've capped these teams so many times. The stakes are at the highest level. You got these players, like, we're going to get to the second game. And just newsflash chat, we're probably going to be betting Asia Wilson in some way. I'll just get there in a minute. But, yeah, I mean, you know, nothing wrong with riding some superstars, because if you want them, if they are going to win games in these situations, you're going to lean on your superstars. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that. She only had 18 points as in Collier in the last game, as you mentioned. She still was pretty efficient. She took 16 shots, which is pretty standard for her. But again, it kind of turned into the Courtney Williams show, because they just couldn't handle her in that game. And that's why this team is so hard to handle, because they have different pieces that are along different places. So Courtney Williams is definitely not a bad shout if you want to go that direction back again. Her PRA is sitting at 24.5. She just scored 23 points last game.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, not too shabby at all. So
I also think it's interesting, if I can interrupt you. Sorry. The free throws in these, like 4 free throws for Phoenix, 5 for Minnesota, 6 for Minnesota. No one's shooting free throws. Like, they're letting them play here. If that changes at all, like, that helps Alyssa Thomas even more, because she typically gets to the line quite a bit. Same, like, Collier didn't shoot a single free throw. Thomas didn't shoot a single free throw. So I think the refs will continue to let them play, and this will be a physical series. But any overs are even a little bit more appetizing, just with how few free throws each team shot in that game.
Well, and like you said too, the total, the 159 and a half point total is kind of making me lean the fact that we're going to see some scoring in this game. Yeah. Both of these, I mean, the Lynx are one of the best defensive teams in the league. The Mercury are decent defensively, but
they've been good defensively in the playoffs. Like in the regular season, not so much. But I want to say they have the second best defensive rating in the postseason, which is a small sample size, right? We haven't played that many postseason games.
Sure. But they played the Liberty round 1. I mean, that's a tough matchup. So, you know, they locked down the Liberty and got past them. So that
you know what? Phoenix actually has the best defensive rating in the playoffs. Minnesota has the second. So
well, there you go.
There you go.
Isn't it fun when you think something and you think the stats line up with it, and then it totally lines up with it? That's the best.
Yep.
It's way better than when it's the exact opposite.
Yeah. That's
before we move past this game, what's your thoughts on Satu in this situation? I feel like that if the Mercury are gonna like keep it close, possibly flirt with winning this game, like she's got to be very efficient from the floor. Not really a great game 1. Hasn't had really good games. Well, she had a decent game against them earlier in the season, and then 26 points at the very beginning of the season. Do we think we see a bounce back from Satu tonight?
Yeah, she was someone I was looking at. It's always to me between Satu and Copper. Like, which of the two is going to go off? Because it's not often that we get both of them having great nights. So that's why I'm always hesitant to bet on one of those two, because it feels like there's no rhyme or reason. Like, one night they'll go off, one night Satu will shoot 3 of 11 and 0 for 5 from deep. Like, so I would be fine if you wanted to bet on either one of those players, because in order for Phoenix to keep this one close, like we expect, one of the two is going to have a big game along with Alyssa Thomas, who always does.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy because she didn't play as in Copper. Because I'm just looking at her stats since she brought up Copper, which was a great shout. She didn't play Mercury, the Lynx all season because she was out for a good portion. So she didn't actually play them. So this last game on the 21st, game 1, was the first time she played them. She took 23 shots in that game. She had 22 points.
Wow.
That's great. That's a lot of shots, man.
You almost wonder if they like try and spread it out a little bit more, and that means Satu gets a couple more shots. I mean, she had 11, but like get her closer to 15 and Copper closer to 15, and all of a sudden that offense looks a little bit different.
Yeah, because Satu also 0 for 5 from 3, which is not like her. She usually
No.
gets into that 7 to 8 attempt line and hits 2 to 3 of them, depending on if she has a good game, 4 or 5. So, yeah, maybe there's going to be a little bit of a leveling there. Not to say Copper at 14.5 points for a little juice feels comfortable, but I think we could see a little bit of a return to the mean on both of those players, which is really interesting. Before we move to the other game, since Swansky from the chat, also just a new follower on social media, is that a TB12 signed ball behind you?
It is.
Is that Tom? Oh, see.
You got a little TB12. We got a little Caleb Williams down here. A couple balls. Yeah, we got some good stuff.
Case got some stuff, Twansky. Pay attention.
Oh, yeah.
What real quick? We don't have time to go super deep into this, but where'd you snag that Tom Brady ball? Did you actually meet Tom, or was it from something else? Okay.
No. My husband got it like an autographed convention deal. I have no idea. Most of this stuff, he's like the collectible guy, like semi-hoarder with sports memorabilia stuff. So I just it works out great for me. Yeah. But a lot of it is his stuff. Yeah.
Nice. That's cool though. There you go. A big shout out for Twansky. The Boston fans in the chat sure love that.
Love it.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else from this Mercury Lynx game? Or are we all good? Should we move to the other one?
I think we're all good. Let's go to the next.
Let's go to the next one. Let's talk about this Fever and Aces game, the late night game, the tuck us in piece. Even after the Fever won game 1, after being, I think they were like 7.5 or 8-point dogs in game 1. Here we turn around and they are 9-point dogs in game 2 as Las Vegas is looking to get back and tie this series up 1-1 before we leave Las Vegas. The over-under is set at 164. A little juice towards the under. Nothing crazy though. What do you think about this game? I know you have a pretty strong feeling one way or the other here. Do we think the Aces get their lick back tonight?
Yeah, I think this is a bounce back game for Vegas because like you mentioned, this is best of 5. You go down 0-2 at home. You're now on the road.
Yep.
Indianapolis is a tough place to play. Like you're on the brink there. So this is a very important game for the Aces. I think they know that. You can't let Kelsey Mitchell go off for 34 again. You got to find a way to slow her down. That's going to be very important. So I don't love it. Like this is not one of my more confident plays, but I think it's the right play. And it's where the line is telling you to go is to lay it with the Aces -9. It's just scary because this Aces team, for as good as they were during that stretch, they also had so many issues early on in the season. And I can't help but wonder in the back of my mind, like, is whatever happened then, like coming again? Back or like, what is going on? But I'm going to just bite the bullet and lay it with the Aces.
I agree. I didn't have the stones to take it, but I think this is the right side. I mean, I can't blame you, Chad, if you're listening in here, because someone in our chat last Tuesday, I think, was saying to take the Fever to cover, and they won the game outright. So it was like, whatever. Nothing wrong with wanting to lean on that side. It's also moved to 8.5 now, so I guess shop around depending on what you're looking at. But I think this is the Aces get right spot here, in my opinion, too. I don't want to lay the 9, because so you can have fun right into battle on that.
I'll do that for us.
You do that for us. Thank you. Please don't make me put this in the parlay.
No, I will not. I will not.
I think they should win by 10 to 15, but this could also be sweaty near the end. We'll see what happens. But I'll sell you some chalk, and I said it earlier, and I don't think I need to tell you guys too much on this one. I'm taking Asia over 33.5 points in rebounds. -115 is the line here. I know you mentioned this earlier. She had 13 boards in the first game. She was really inefficient from the floor. She still got a hefty amount of shots, but she went, what did she go? 22 of 8 of 22, Jesus, for 16 points. I wanted to say 16 so bad. She only scored 16 points. She also got fouled a lot. I thought the refereeing was pretty poor in this game too. They were letting them play. And I thought some of it was just, she was getting fouled. So I think there may be a tiny bit of correction back to the mean here in that regard. She maybe gets a few more free throw attempts in comparison to what we saw in that game. But Boston guarded her well. I won't say that there wasn't good defense, but I think Asia just had a bad shooting night, and that kind of threw off the Aces' offensive mojo a little bit. And then they kind of and then Kelsey Mitchell just absolutely torched them on the other end, and they couldn't get back in the game. So I think I'm going back to the GOAT here. Nothing wrong. If you want to take the boards, like you mentioned, she had 13 last game. I don't hate that line either, but I think that she could flirt with 30 points here, and I think the Aces should get the job done. So if you're of Kate's mindset and you think that the Aces win this game by 10 to 15, Asia Wilson's probably going to have to do a lot in that regard.
Yeah.
So
can't argue with you on any Asia stuff. I think she scores 20 plus, a couple more boards, gets her over that mark. I'm going to go Aaliyah Boston. I'm going to go over her rebound prop in this one. Average just over 8 rebounds during the regular season, but has upped that to 10 throughout the playoffs. And she's had a ton of success rebounding against this Aces team. 10, 7, 10, and 11, including that game 1 is her rebound line against the Aces this year. And she didn't score a lot in that game 1, only 6 points. It felt like her role in that game was less of like trying to be a scorer and more being like the rebounder and getting second chance opportunities for her team. So I think she'll kind of continue on with that and being someone who grabs the boards, kicks them back out, things like that, versus trying to battle Asia down low, because I mean, Asia, not only MVP, co-defensive player of the year, right? Like you can't really score on her. So I think that'll be difficult, but I do like the rebounds over 8.5. Again, she had 11 in that first game. I didn't bet this and I didn't tell you about this either, but I think Kelsey Mitchell assists could be a look today, because you know that the Aces are going to be all over Mitchell tonight. And that's not to say she can't still score 20 plus and hit her over on her scoring mark, but I think she'll have to get the ball out of her hands just a little bit more than she did in game 1. So over Kelsey Mitchell, that's just kind of a lean, something to consider. Could be another play for the Fever.
Well, see, this is why I love you. You didn't just lob me that little softball. That's why I took Kelsey.
Oh, there you go.
Yay.
There you
See,
go.
There you go. I don't want to ignore the scoring, because I just think she's on a tear right now. And I think that if the Fever are going to even be close to hanging around in this game, we said this about this Fever team going down the stretch. Like, she has to take 15 to 20 shots. Yep. She's too good. She just has to be the driving force offensively for this team, which ties into also Boston being a little bit more of that Jokic-esque facilitator, rebounding big. 34 points in game 1, probably an anomaly, but we'll see. She had 24 points in the elimination game previously, but she's cooked this Aces team this season. Yeah. All 3 times they played 25, 21, 34 in their last one. She had 4 assists and 6 assists in the 2 games previously, and then she had 3 assists in their last game too. So, I mean, maybe it's just kind of just rinse and repeat once again. But I like their angle on the assist. That's why I wanted to take the PA as well. I think
that's actually a great look. I like the PA.
Thanks. Yeah, I like what you're saying about the assist. It makes sense, but I do think she's still going to get some buckets. Like she has to. Yeah. I also, just to go back to your Boston play with the 8.5 boards, I love this play. I looked at this too. I also really like her RA, or 10.5. She had 5 assists in that first game. She's also had really good success against this team. And as I mentioned, I don't know which coach it was on the Fever. I can't remember which assistant it was. It wasn't their head coach. It was someone else. But they implored Boston going into the season to play like Nikola Jokic. Like, she watched Jokic tape.
Really?
I can't remember which coach it was. I'll have to find the clip. But they basically tasked her with emulating her game in the offense more like Jokic. Like, catch the ball at the nail, turn around, and find players and facilitate. So if you watch them now, you can tell them when you watch her play, she is definitely adding that angle into her game. And it's been really good for them this season. Obviously, when Clark went out, it took some time for them to kind of refigure out what that looked like, but it worked out in game 1. 5 assists. She had 3 assists against Las Vegas when they played last, and 10 boards going over the 12.5 RA line. So I love the boards. I think that's a good way to take it. But if you want to rope in the assists and you do think Kelsey Mitchell and company can start cooking once again, I think the RA makes a lot of sense at the 12.5 line too. So good angles all around. I really like. This is going to be a fun game. I'm going to watch this game tonight. It's going to be a good one, late night. This is a later night game, chat. If you're on the Pacific time, nice and right after dinner time for you. If you're on the East Coast, it's 9:30, 8:30 Central. So Kate will not be watching this game because
I'll stay up for the first half.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. 8:30. It's the 9:30 starts that get me. I can't do the 9:30 starts. 8:30 is fine.
What if it's a really good game? Can you stay up till the end, or do you call it at halftime?
No, I'll stay up if it's a good game. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. Good to know. What's up, chat? Thanks for stopping by. We got a lot of goats hanging out with us. Going to be some 2 good games tonight. We're going to find out a lot of what's going to happen. Friday is the next game 3s in this series, as they have a couple days to travel, as we will be moving to Indiana and to Phoenix, going to the desert. So we'll be flip-flopping on Friday, and then the next games are Sunday. So just so you know, we see you guys next on the W, we might be talking about the finals depending on what's going on. I know. Isn't it crazy how fast I know. Yeah. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about the Super Bowl soon. Don't blink.
Yeah. We will.
I eat dinner at 7:30. Isn't that a normal dinner time? between 6:30 and 7:30.
He's making fun of me because I go to bed so early. I eat dinner like 6.
Oh, okay. You're like my wife. My wife.
Yeah, I eat dinner a little early, 6:30. I mean, maybe 7 sometimes, but I like to eat dinner around 6:30. Go to bed at like 10. I don't go to bed that early. I just, I won't stay up for a full game if it's a crappy game on the West Coast that starts at 9:30 my time.
You ain't gonna be watching those 11 Eastern fucking NBA games when we get there, are you?
No. Will not.
I'm a sicko and love staying up until 2 a.m. sweating.
No, see, I could not do that. I prefer to get up early than stay up late. It's just, yeah.
I've seen my brain before. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older now, but before about 9 a.m. without coffee, my brain is just mush. So, and then for some reason at midnight, I'm just like clicking on all cylinders.
No, absolutely not.
You're the opposite.
Absolutely not.
I thought that was going to change as I got older, but I'm about to turn 34 and it's still the case.
The same. Mine has changed with age of needing to go to bed early. The older I get.
I understanding that a little bit more, but that's a completely different conversation. Fair enough. Yeah. All right, Mom. My bad. Apparently, I'm the anomaly here. I don't know. All right. I'll run through the bets that we have for both of these games, and then we'll cook a parlay, and then we'll get out of here. Let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday and get ready for these games tonight. Should be a good one. We've finishing up 3 hours of live content with you guys right here on the Betting News Network. It's been fun. And it's so sad because I won't see you until next Tuesday.
I know.
Gotta figure out an alternative. You can hang out with Kate tomorrow though on her show, Kate's Prop Shop, which has been cooking. Her and Colby giving you guys some moves in the early NFL. Well last week. Yeah, you did. That Josh Jacobs under was free. And Matt Stafford the week before was also free. I was a little sad about it, but very free.
Yeah.
And our staff article, I'll say this again. I've been saying this across all channels, chat. Our staff article that comes out every Saturday for all of us here at Betting News. We all give you guys one play in the NFL. Absolutely cooked last week. 11-1, Kate. We won.
Ooh, that's good. Wow.
Hell yeah. You want to know the one loser?
You?
No, I'm 3-0.
There you go.
I'll lose this week now. Colby with Tyler Warren receiving yards, which probably should have hit, to be honest, but the Titans are.
I was on that too. I just didn't put that as my best bet. So
lucky.
Yeah.
I almost did CeeDee Lamb instead of Jackson Smith-Njigba. So I'm glad
which would have been awful because CeeDee.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bummer.
Did
you really?
12. Oh.
Wow.
Almost got it for you.
I'll pour one out for you, Ma. Damn, that is rough. I'm actually gonna do something similar like that next week, which means we're going to over. That's usually how that goes. Anyway, go check out the article. It's free. It comes out every Saturday, bettingnews.com. And Kate's article will come out with you guys. Kate's Prop Shop will come out on Saturday morning. Hope that's been helping you out make some money in the NFL prop department, which has been fun there too. You guys can also go read NZ Scribbles for both of these games tonight. If you want a little more analysis, he talked a little bit more about some sides as well, even though we touched on both games and gave you guys all the moves. You can go check that out for free at bettingnews.com as well. Let's run through everything we got. Then we'll cook a parlay and then we'll dip. First game. We're both like the Mercury plus 7.5. I also like AT. And then I know that you are on the could have been MVP.
Yeah. Nafisa Collier rebounds over 7.5. Like that today.
Love it. We're both on the Mercury. What could go wrong? And then in the second game, Kate.
I'm going to lay the points. I'm going to do it. -9 with the Aces. Think they get right tonight.
Got to do it. I'm taking the Asia the GOAT, 33.5 points and rebounds, and then Kelsey Mitchell over 23.5 PA, and then the prop department on the Fever side.
Going another rebound prop. Aaliyah Boston over 8.5. Think she gets to double digits tonight.
You're the board woman tonight.
I am.
Board woman. All right. Okay. Let's figure out what we want to do here. I'm okay putting the Mercury plus 7.5.
Yeah, let's do that.
Are you down with that?
Do that.
Okay.
I'm good with your Asia prop. I like that.
You want to just take the points, or do you like the PR?
I like the PR.
Okay. All right. Let's go PR then for Asia. Let's see where it's. Make sure it's still at 20 or 30. Wow, it's up to 35.5 now. Sheesh. I still like it there. That's fine. All right, and then back to Mercury plus 7. I really like your Boston play. I'm down to put that in here. The boards. Let me just buy this. Figure out. I just want to get the 7 out. I want to get the hook with the Mercury. So let me just shop around here for a second. Excuse me. Chat, drop what you guys like. Give us your favorite plays. Let us know what you guys are on. You guys have been awesome posting your plays on the timelines. If you tag us as well, we'll be sure to retweet your plays. It's always nice to see you guys dropping your plays on the timeline and the community getting more and more involved. So keep dropping that on the socials. We love to see it. And hopefully, to be honest, sometimes you guys do it and I just end up tailing stuff. So, just saying. I'll just do the 7, whatever. Doesn't matter. If we push, we push. Boston, let me see what Boston's line is. You down to take Kelsey Mitchell after we talked about it a little differently?
Yeah, I'm good with Kelsey Mitchell still.
Okay. I also really like Collier. We could do 2 and 2. We could do Collier's rebounds. I really like that one as well. Where is Boston? Here she is, 8.5.
No,
Let's do Collier.
Okay, all right.
You want to do Kelsey? Famous last word. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to see now? You just want to have some Kelsey stock now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's all right. Kelsey Mitchell, 24.5 now. All right, plus 903. So Asia Wilson, 3 legs in one game. Could go wrong. So just the Mercury to cover, plus 7.5. It would bump up.
Like
sweet. Nice. And then Kelsey Mitchell over 24.5 PA. Aaliyah Boston, 9 rebounds. And then Asia Wilson over 35.5 points and rebounds, plus 903. Nice and easy.
It's a good price.
So that is a nice price for 4 legs. And nothing. We don't need anybody to do anything like crazy. Just, be good. And then I'd also like to get to the point where we can sweat out the second game. So the Mercury just need to cover, and then you can sweat out the second game. If you just want to do the 3 legs from the second game and take the Mercury out, it's plus 434, which is a fine little 3-legger.
Still also a pretty decent number.
Yeah, that does the job too. Any way you want to do it. And if the Mercury end up blowing the cover, you can also rebook it if you feel so frisky, chat. But it's your money. Do what you want. Cool. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Fun talking the dub. I'm sad the dub's almost over, but hey, NBA's right around the corner. So
That's
we'll be able to...
also very exciting. A lot of teams have media day starting this week, I think, or early next week. Yeah,
I know. Getting excited about that. I saw some stuff about Jalen Brunson. Did you see the stuff about Jason Tatum today too? About how he
wants to try and come back.
Yeah, he basically has said, it was never my goal to not play in this entire season. So it's looking like he's trying to play.
That would be impressive. That would be very impressive.
Medicine, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely medicine. Natasha, over 9.5 points. What's up, Uncle Goat? Thanks for dropping your plays. Love to see it. NBA right around the corner. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the last 3 hours right here on the Betting News Network. Go follow Kate at Kate Constable on the social media machine. Go follow me at Sweatband Jesus. Go follow all of us at Your Betting News. Get involved with all of our content across all the socials. Get involved with all of our content for free at bettingnews.com. And also get involved with us and come back and hang out with us right here on the network. We got another 3 hours of content, or actually only 2 hours tomorrow, but soon Wednesday will be 3 hours. Kate will be back with you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern for Kate's Prop Shop with Mr. Colby Marcio. What you guys going to be talking about tomorrow?
Props.
Now we're
going to talk a little Thursday Night Football plus Sunday NFL props. Now that we have like a good sample size, those are getting real spicy and real good, and kind of figure out which teams you want to fade different players on and all that stuff. So show's getting good.
Yeah, it's getting nice. Like you said, we got 3 games in the docket. Now it's starting to we got some data. We cooking. Go get involved. The lads will be live for Up Your Units right before that to talk more college football, get you guys ready for Thursday night and then week 5 in the college slate. So give us a follow right here on Twitch or on YouTube. Come and hang out with us again tomorrow. Kate, been a pleasure. Chat, been an absolute pleasure as always. As always. Excited to have you guys with us. Thanks for stopping by. You guys came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. Big thanks to our sponsors at BetOnline as well. Get involved with BetOnline with this QR code right here. Get BNBOL55 for some deposit bonus funds dropped into your account. And let's smack this parlay. That's all we ask. That's all we need. Just some fun tonight. And we're going to smack all of our bets. I feel good about it.
Feel good
about it. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, me too. For sure. Me too. Yeah. You're going to stay up late for the second part of that game.
I am. I will tonight.
Be a good one. Tonight. Although I hope the Aces are winning by 20 and you can go to bed at halftime because then
that would be ideal.
Cover the 9.
That would be ideal.
Either way, you're winning.
Wake up to a nice winning ticket.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Appreciate you guys, Chad. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Take it easy. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the down in the now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. Rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna do? Down in the rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about